There we go. Okay, so hi, I'm the DM. My name's Chuck. All of you have got to know me over our session zeros that have lasted from either an hour to somewhere between 2 hours. I've been a forever DM, and I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. Being a player seems a whole different ballpark than DMing, and I think right now I'm just gonna stick to DMing. I think you guys are like my fourth or fifth group that I've done, and I've only done homebrew campaigns, so running a module should be interesting, to say the least. Yeah, and I've been DMing for about 3 to 4 years now, so I'm excited to have everybody together in this one big happy family.
Cool. Sadly, I don't have a camera right now, so you'll have to deal with my very bad Gardic phone drawing that my friends made. Uh, my name is Gecko. You can also call me Peyton if you want. I have been playing TTRPGs since 2018, back in like late middle school or I think high school. It's been a while. I've been mostly a player. I haven't really DM'd before, so uh, at the very least, you'd expect me to be at least kind and cordial. Um, man, I'm bad at introductions. Ask me questions. That's better.
Where you're from?
What's your favorite color?
I am from the U.S. I live in Kentucky. Favorite color is kind of like a gray, like a steel gray.
All right.
Okay, sweet.
Aside from that, though, I'd say you guys are probably my, in terms of groups I've played with in a hopefully long setting, maybe I want to say fourth group. I have like one dedicated group that I've been playing with since way back. But aside from that, it's just kind of popping in and out of internet games, and hopefully things last longer than 3 sessions.
Yeah, that's the hope. All right, who's gonna go next? We got two more.
Suppose I will. My name's Eli. I've been playing D&D since about 2018, shortly after starting college with a bunch of friends of mine. I've also been playing other TTRPGs, Iron Claw, the Star Wars RPG. I've been dabbling a little bit into Pathfinder lately. I'm almost always a DM. This is one of the few times I get to be a player. Right now I have one active Curse of Strahd group that I'm running with some IRL friends, and I also do one-shots at certain events around the city. I live in Houston, Texas. I don't know how obvious I make that sound. Some people say I sound more southern than I really think I do.
Oh, I didn't. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Didn't notice.
Full of them.
I'm
blending in, y'all.
I'm actually quite southern myself. I actually recently moved, however, from Texas. I'm up in Illinois, so I'm a bit northern, but still in Central Time. And yeah, I'm Nep. Hi, and yeah, I'll do the same thing. Any questions?
How long have you been playing TTRPGs?
I would say I got into it later than most, at around like 2020. I think I started playing with some friends 5e campaign, and I started to find other systems as well. Like I think Vampire the Masquerade and Pathfinder 2e as well. I think is one of the more recent new systems that I've found that is actually pretty fun as well. But it's mostly been 5e and D&D.
Nice.
All right, cool.
All right, we're gonna get started now. So, we'll open on an employment office. Not our typical tavern that we're all used to, but hey, you guys need some employment, and this is really the only place in Neverwinter that you're gonna get some no questions asked employment. No background checks here. If everybody wants to roll a, oh wait, hold everyone wants to roll just a d20, and then we'll see about character introductions from there.
So,
A little bit loud.
What are you rolling?
just a D20.
d20. And if everything's a
Flat
little
D20.
too loud, you can go to the playlist tab on the side. It's a little music note, and you can turn sound effects down.
Oh shit, there were two of them at the same time.
Oh, 6.
All right, so we'll start with Alex. Introduce your character and how you walk into this room, and how you sit down and get ready for Gundren to come out.
So we're waiting for someone to come and meet us.
Yep.
Essentially. Okay. Okay. Well, my character is Vilren. He's a half-elf young man. He's got delicate features and like long silvery white hair. Although at the moment it's kind of like braided in the back with a couple strands in the front. He's got a almost gaunt face, and he looks like he hasn't had a good night's sleep in a while, but his eyes are alight with almost like feverish excitement, and he's kind of absentmindedly fidgeting with a small crystal sphere that's his arcane focus. He's wearing decently clothes of decent quality, but nothing exciting or very fashionable either. He's got a book strapped to his waist with a backpack, and just gonna kind of take a seat and kind of look around, always on the lookout for anyone of interest, or anyone who might approach and ask him something. He definitely looks a little nervous, I think. And he's just gonna sit there quietly and try to keep an eye on everything.
All right. We'll go to Nep. What's your character doing? How do they walk in and present themselves?
He's going to walk in very straight-backed and regal and try to find the nearest musical instruments. Yeah, he likes to sit next to musical instruments.
Okay. We'll go to Eli. What's your character doing as they walk into this employment office to wait?
This is Martain. He is a gold dragonborn with these very intense-looking, fiery red eyes. And if you were to notice his horns, it almost looks like they've been chopped off at the end. And there's a somewhat clean cut there. He's gonna just walk in quietly. Not much sound, not making any more sound than what his chainmail armor is making. He's just gonna take a seat in a chair.
Okay. And then Gecko, you can do yours with that nat one.
Getting out of the way, man.
Loading. Yeah, no kidding.
Just kind of sitting, I would say, off close to the wall, keeping an eye on both entrances. You'd see a not necessarily lanky, but thin, high elf with raven black hair kind of pulled back into a ponytail, like you see in the photo there. He is a bit on edge, and it seems like he just can't wait to get out of here.
All right. You all sit around at this table right here. All as you kind of file in. There's some shuffling in another room you hear off to the side, off to your right. Some low volume voices. If anyone wants to give me a perception check to see if you can hear what they're saying through the walls, you can do so.
Sure. Let me find that on my sheet here.
Wait, that made my die go from 18 to a 1.
Oh no.
Oh, don't worry, that doesn't change it.
No, I know. It's just funny.
All right, so Alex, you hear with the 21, you hear straight through the walls almost. These walls are maybe not the best quality. You hear an older man murmur. He's like, the goblins on the trail. There, some strange reports of some magic coming from them. Just over some more dissonant whispers coming around, but can't really hear anything else that the other people are saying. Almost strangely, since you can hear this man speak so loudly over him.
I definitely just perk up a little bit, like hearing talks of goblins and magic and something mysterious. And I'm just gonna look around and see if it looks like anyone else has heard the same things.
I will say, Valen, you probably didn't hear anything. The walls seem to have blocked the sound for you, at least.
He seems a bit distracted, out of sorts.
I'm just gonna keep quiet, but kind of angle myself a little bit more towards the door and look at everyone else to see if they're also kind of, waiting in anticipation like I am.
Okay. After a couple minutes go by, the door opens and these three come out. You recognize Gundren. All of you have some sorts of history or, conversation with Gundren. But the older man and what looks to be a sort of androgynous figure in this large cloak seem to not really... It doesn't perk your memory at all. Going a bit forward, Gundren will walk up to sort of the head of the table facing all of you and be like, my fine adventurers, how are you doing this evening?
Fine. Who's that with you?
Oh, this is my caravan. We have Sildar, and we also have from the far reaches of Waterdeep, Thalen Shikari. And they just sort of sit silently with a bit of an interest looking... it seems like they look through you guys, not really noticing your presence at all. But Sildar begins to walk up and he goes, my name's Sildar Hollowinter. I'm connected to the local guardsmen around here, and, well, I thought it was appropriate that I see out this new venture into unexplored lands near to my city. He goes, tell me a bit about yourselves. I don't want to be traveling with strangers.
Gonna take us a moment to see if anyone else responds because I'm very curious.
I think my character would immediately pipe up. Is like, oh, very well met. I love to meet your acquaintance. I'm Maximus Riker. That would be.
Maximus Riker. Can't say I've heard of you, but you look like an interesting fellow.
Genuinely get sad.
I'm sure, Gundren knows his people well, right? You are esteemed adventurers, I would assume.
Yeah.
Of a sort. You can call me Valen.
Very amateur adventurer, but adventure light, maybe.
He is going to just really quickly throw out an insight check to see if he believes you guys at all. He believes in your capacity for adventuring, but he thinks you're maybe a little shaken and scared the night before. But most adventurers he's traveled with have been a little shaken themselves, so not gonna put it against you. Gundren will then begin speaking, saying, well, do we need to go over the plan one more time before we head off for the night?
Probably be
The
useful to be sure we're all on the same page, yes.
All right.
Oh, yes, okay, yes, I knew about the plan.
And he will, let me pull out this, go to this. Can everybody see this? Just want to make sure. The map?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So he throws this map onto the table for everybody to see, and he points his finger right towards here. This is the city of Neverwinter, where you guys are currently at. And he says, "Well, we're gonna follow the trail downwards towards Waterdeep. Then we're gonna make a right and begin on the Tribord Trail. Have any of you been on the Tribord Trail before?"
I've been to Yato a few times.
No, I don't think I've had any experience with the trail.
I'm out of
Never
fast
gone this
pocket.
far east, personally.
Okay, well, I'm sure it'll be a first time for everybody. Everybody likes camping underneath the stars.
Most of us.
When you need to.
But we have like tents, though, right?
Yes.
Yes,
tents,
but I'd prefer a bed.
bedrolls adjacent. And then we'll make another right down to Phandelver, and this is Phandelver right here. Newly built city, maybe only a year old, and right next to, well, this new area that I've been surveying, me and my brother. But, well, let's say I think we're gonna make it big down there.
You have
Any,
high
And-
hopes?
and Fadler is safe, yes?
Yeah, it's safe. It's a little bit, rustic, but that's the charm of it, isn't it?
And you chose to build here, is that right? Was there anything special over there?
Well, me and my brother, we found this great natural treasure down there, and we want to survey it and make sure it's safe for the public.
Right.
Treasure? What's natural treasure? That's a bit mysterious.
I would assume or farmland.
Yes, one might assume, but one might also be curious as to the exact nature of the treasure.
Well, it's still to be surveyed, so. But there is something great down there, I can assure you. My many years of land surveying, exploring, hiking, and being a miner of some sorts would tell me there's something magical down there. Not magical per se, and he sort of backs up a little bit as he thinks he said a little bit too much, and he goes, any other questions?
Vale definitely has a bit of like a little like almost twitch when he says that, and then like tries to hide what he's just said. I'm just gonna
I'm
stay
gonna-
quiet.
I'm gonna try and. Based off his little stutter there, am I assuming he's holding back information from us?
Yes.
Okay, so no check. That seems to be pretty simple then. Sure. And
Do we see any of the others put off by this?
Yeah, me very obviously.
No, just by putting off the information that he reserved. Maximus is more going to be looking at everyone else to see if they feel strongly about that.
I do.
Valen, not overtly, but just subtly furrows his brow a bit in distrust.
So, what do you need us for exactly? You said the road is safe, and you've surveyed the land for something. We're not miners.
No, but you
What-
are capable cart transporters. And that's the best I need right now, is a capable group of hands to carry some supplies for me and my brother. My brother has assembled a makeshift team down there to actually begin the excavations. You guys will just be there for the transportation of their supplies, food, any mining implements they might need.
May I ask what is your brother's name?
That's not my information to tell.
But holding your
Interesting.
name. Interesting.
So, bluntly, are you expecting any trouble along the road? I know it's standard fare, but hiring adventurers over trained guards seem a little strange, unless there's more you in store for us that you're not talking about.
He is going to sort of pause for a second and think, and he says, well, I just don't want anybody going missing or anything going wrong down there. This is unexplored area, bears, animals, rabid raccoons.
Goblins.
As you say goblins, he sort of stops for a second and he goes, No goblins. There's no goblins there.
Can
I want
uh,
to. I want to roll insight on that.
Sure,
Well-
roll insight. With an 18, you pretty easily tell that there's goblins or goblin adjacent things down there.
Can I use my telepathic speech features to essentially it's a bonus action, so I think I could do it fairly quickly.
Mhm.
I'll just like go through everyone quickly and just say there's definitely goblins down there. I've heard him talk about it earlier.
You see Valen visibly jump and frightened as he looks around.
I'm like looking straight at the guy as I'm doing that. I'm just like not really letting go that I did that, but I feel like they can hear my voice, so I think they would know it's coming from me.
Yeah, I
Maybe
definitely
it'd be
hear your voice, and
He'll
kind of just
settle
kind of
for a bit.
he kind of picks his ear a bit and is like, "What the fuck?"
Not again.
Okay.
I'm just going to kind of let out an annoyed sigh and say, well, we should probably just get going if this is all you're willing to say. And I think it's pretty obvious to everyone that at this point, I'm kind of like losing patience very quickly, like almost like weirdly quickly. Just want to get
not
going.
to just randomly change the subject, but are we going to be walking on this journey, or maybe the group has enough sponsorship or funds for a cart?
Well, the
We are
Gundren
running
and
the
Sons
cart.
Mining Company, we have access to 2 carts right now. Me, Stildar, and Phelan will be in the first cart. Will be about a couple hours ahead of you, give or take 5 or 6, and you will be behind in another cart, 2 hours per cart.
I'm sorry, you said hours behind you?
Yeah, we're going to head off a little bit earlier in the morning, around 5, and you guys are set to head out somewhere around 10 to noon.
I'm sorry. We were supposed to be your guards, yes?
Well, you're guarding the supplies that will be taken.
Okay, so you want us to guard the second cart.
Yes.
Don't you think it's a bit unwise to split the
That's-
group?
Sounds. He does have a point.
Well, I have to meet some contacts in Phandelver first to set up and everything. You'll be meeting with a man called Barthen at Barthen Trading Supplies.
Understood. And, I took this job pretty quickly. What was the pay again?
Barthen should pay you 10 gold for reaching their supplies intact, you know, everything. He knows the manifest that's being traded, so he should have a good eye for that.
Right.
Sorry, you said the name of his shop is Barthen's.
Barthen's. I know it. I've been
Barthen's
a few
of
times.
Phandelver.
Well, simple job. Honestly, I'm just looking to leave, so first thing in the morning?
Yes, you can order anything you'd like from the surrounding taverns, of course, to feed yourself. We have beds here. We'll be off in the morning.
All right, I think we're all fine with waking up pretty early to see you off.
All right. Does anybody want to do anything in this employment office before you guys head out?
No, I think I'm good. Just gonna go to sleep or try to anyway. Well, France, I guess.
I think Martin is going to approach. What's his face here?
Gundren.
Gundren. And he's gonna lean over and whisper, "Not a word to Waterdeep that I'm here." Okay.
He puts his hand on your chainmail armor and pats it. He says, "No problem."
Do we hear that?
Yeah. How loudly were you speaking?
He wasn't trying too hard to conceal it. It's like quiet enough to make it clear that it was meant only for him. But he's not trying to like be sneaky about it.
Okay. I think Gundra will match your tone. So, I guess if anybody wants to roll perception to see if they pick it up, then they are more than welcome to.
No, I'm not.
Not at all.
Hmm,
My mind is elsewhere.
I'm not one to pry.
Oh, I am.
I totally am. Fuck.
You guys don't. All you guys hear is like the on the armor as he pats him on the back.
Oh, they're getting along fine. That's nice.
All right.
You know, I'm starting to think I might need more equipment for this.
Yes. All right. So, we will begin on the trail. You guys will wake up at whatever time you would like to. Is there anything that anybody wants to do before either Gundren leaves or you leave?
I think it'd probably be a good idea to purchase some basic like rations.
That is not what I meant to do. I am so sorry.
Short bow shoots Gundren. No.
I actually want to see if I can shop around and find a good deal to trade in my short bow and arrows for something a bit stronger.
Okay. Right nearby, Gundren and Sons Employment Company is the Neverwinter Trader, which is, a little bit of a general store, a bunch of knickknacks and everything like that. You walk in, and I assume you want to sell your short bow?
I do, and hopefully I can find maybe a crossbow on sale with some bolts.
A crossbow.
One of the larger ones, hopefully.
Let me see. Oh, that's not what I want to do. We actually don't have any crossbows right now. We're currently out. It's a bit of a slow day for the trading caravans, so we unfortunately do not have any. But we can take your short bow.
Sure. Go ahead. If you have general supplies, then I would like a few things. Do you have a hand mirror and then maybe 5 sticks of wax or candles?
Yes, we do. Yes.
Let me actually check something here. I just realized something out of character. I don't have my backpack that I was supposed to be on my sheet. It was supposed to be, I believe, let me go back and check. It was on the D&D Beyond.
Oh, so there should be a backpack icon up at the top. It may not list it in your actual inventory.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah. So then I already have those. Okay. Then let's roll that back a bit because I didn't realize I had some of this. I do still want the hand mirror. Particularly one that's angled. So I can kind of peek it around corners.
All right. I can get that for you.
And if Max overhears you're getting rations, he's going to be up fairly early and kind of ask if you can cover for his rations as well, and maybe hand you some.
I have a single silver
gold.
piece. I'm sorry.
Oh no! He hands you like a gold piece for his own. Like just
Sending him a
get
fetch
the
quest.
rations.
Hang on, fetch quest.
But he's going to be very early, and if anyone else is not up, he starts immediately playing his viol very loudly.
His what?
He has a viol that he is proficient in, and he starts playing it.
It's like a violin but lower tone.
Yeah, essentially.
Your mirror has been added to your backpack, Valen.
All right.
Do you play it well?
Well, I mean,
Well, let's see
do you
how
want
well
to
you play.
listen?
Let's throw a performance check out. How well are you doing today? Maybe you're a little slow.
Yeah, maybe my
That
My
20,
view's
you
out of
get
tune.
you get some tips.
Oh, no, I made sure to tune it this morning.
There we go. Very nice. Yeah. You wake up and people aren't mad at you. They're like, oh, what a nice alarm clock. They're
Are you doing this in a common area or your room?
Oh, definitely outside in the hallways of your rooms.
Okay. I think that would just draw me out because I'm curious, and I'll just look and say, "Are you going to make a habit out of playing with that thing?"
It's always good to get morning practice in. So of course.
Well, make sure you do it this well every time. It is quite soothing.
Trust me, I am very well trained. It will not often come up that my viol is out of tune, if you get what I mean.
I don't. You get the sense
Well,
that
if it's not to your taste, I can try something else. But I don't think I have a lot of money to be just spending on instruments, and also carrying them is also a big hassle.
true.
all right. Are we ready to pull off?
I was going to ask to
Mhm.
buy a few. How long is the journey expected to be again?
Gundren thinks the journey is gonna be a couple days. I say 4 to 5 days.
Okay, never mind. I actually have 10 days of rations, so I think we're good.
We should all be good. We have like the starter kit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it said I only had
Yeah, I think I might
one
have
day of
misread mine
rations.
that it only said one day of rations, and I was like, ooh, yeah, maybe I should
Yeah,
get rations
but then you
too.
have 10 of it.
How much was the steel
Okay,
mirror?
okay.
The steel mirror was 10 copper.
Okay, so I can just give him a silver piece for it.
Yeah.
Well, I am now. I guess I'll keep the bow, but I am now broke.
Good thing we're getting paid.
Well, isn't one copper? Isn't it 100? Oh no,
I
it is
think
10. Okay, no,
it's-
never mind.
10 to 10 to 10 to 10.
Yeah,
Right.
10 of the lower coin makes 1 of the higher coin, and so on and so forth. I think platinum might be
Right.
the exception for that, though.
And we don't look at Electrum. Don't look
Yeah,
at
no,
Fuck
That doesn't
Electrum.
exist.
it. Don't look at it. Just don't look at it.
it does not
Electrum?
exist.
What is this, like a magic item?
He gets it.
All right. Okay. You guys travel. You're about your 4th day on the Tribord Trail. Not much has happened. Gundren might have been right. This might have just been a boring ass road trip so far. Everyone. Oh,
Just a quick question. As we're traveling, do we see that there's like traces like on the road? Like is it well traveled, or is there like a lot of people around, or
let me pull up the map again. I can tell you more detail.
I mean, you described it as a trail. Usually trails aren't a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, so the area, we'll say that's in a bit fuller red.
Mhm.
That is well traveled. That's the trail to Waterdeep and
It's the main road.
yeah, it's the main road.
yeah.
Going
yeah.
off onto the Tribord
Okay.
Trail though, quickly this turns like a back alley road. Like this is not a road. It is really a trail. It is dirt along the way. There are some trees that have fallen in the way, some shrubbery and everything like that, but nothing that would suggest foul play, anything like that. Just low maintenance, very low maintenance.
Okay. In that case, I guess I would be curious to know if, and I could, if we're at some point like camping, just trying to like look for signs of, just want to make sure that there is indeed someone ahead of us, that he didn't lie to us and just like send us on our way without actually being ahead.
Okay, yeah. Throughout the way, you can see pretty obvious wheel tracks, like fresh wheel tracks.
Okay.
That would suggest that he is traveling to Phandelver along with you.
Okay.
And Valen, as he is being vigil on the sides of the road, either along hills or tree lines, making sure there's nothing going bump in the night.
Okay. Your 4 nights, or I should say 3 nights of sleeping, have been pretty well. Some of you may not be accustomed to sleeping outside as much as others, but no real problems, no animal encounters, no otherworldly creatures. But you're getting to around the fourth night, and normally you can tell when Gundren's party has stopped off for the night, and you'll go there. Just because you know it's safe, and you know, to some extent, that they've left stuff for you to make sure that you guys are well. But it seems that Gundren's party hasn't stopped for this night, and you continue finding tracks, well into the night. And let me pull this. I should say, what is our order that we're going in?
I think it would definitely be. I don't know if our more armored friend wants to be in the front, but if that's the case, I'd be close behind him. I try to stick close to him. I guess
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Martin would definitely be trying to lead out front to make sure everyone's okay.
Yeah, it'd probably be like 5-10 feet away from him.
Yeah.
I would need.
Where's front? Oh, there's front.
Yeah. Who is basically in what cart? Like, what are the cart orders? Because there's 2 carts you guys.
Oh, there's. Okay.
Oh, we've come to a stop and we're checking on them at this point?
Yeah. So right now I want to get the order first because I forgot to say that. Do that right before. But what's the order that you guys are buddied up in right now?
I would say definitely back cart.
Kind of taking a kinship. I think I'll stick with my elven friend.
Race.
And then where's Silverbreaker gonna be?
He's just gonna be over at the front, just making sure that nothing's gonna spook the horses or nothing.
Oh dear.
So
Just has to take care of the horses. He's very nervous with the reins.
you guys enter into sort of a small valley with 2 horses that are off their reins, and you recognize these as the horses that Gundren and his group was controlling to go on the carts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stop and check it out, or what are you guys doing?
Do we see them, or are they missing?
You see them. They are these 2 horses right here. They are off their reins, and they are freely going around.
I'm just going to kind of sigh a little bit and say, "Is anyone good with animals? I don't really."
I can.
What's going on? Why have we stopped?
Well, I think it's fair to say that Gundren has lost control of some of his horses. There's no trace of anyone else here. This is, guess we're trying to find out.
Not exactly well trained with animals, at least, but with horses, Valen has some experience. Could I use my proficiency in land vehicles to sort of interact with them? It's like, basically, if it's like a horse-drawn carriage or something like that, he's proficient in handling it.
I'll say yeah. You can use your proficiency with that.
Okay. And they're spooked, I'm just trying to make them not spooked, I suppose.
Okay.
I think Maximus, after hearing this, kind of is basically holding a big cover or blanket over him so his actual clothes don't get dirt or don't get wet. But he's going to look at the ground and kind of grimace and then sit on top of the front carriage and basically just close his eyes and start whispering to himself. He's going to try to ritual cast a speak with animals ability.
Okay.
Oh.
That's nice. Yeah, okay, so it's what, 10 minutes?
Yes, I believe that's 10 minutes and it takes an action to cast the spell.
Okay.
I'll just say, like, before those 10 minutes, I'm just trying to get them to calm down.
Yeah, so roll to see how well you can calm them down. Oh, you got a 16? Yeah. So with a 16, you calm them down. They were definitely spooked, but not running. They're calm now. And you see that the reins, they're still wearing some sort of harness that would allow them to travel with a cart, but it's been cut. So hastily and moved out.
Can I tell
Can
what kind
Oh,
of
sorry,
cut
go
it
ahead.
is?
With a 16. Oh, shit, that's not.
Oh.
That was a what the fuck? Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Good
That might as
animals,
well happen.
fellas. Fanfare.
With a 16, you probably couldn't tell what kind of cut it was. You could tell it was hastily done, though. I'll say.
Okay. And I'll let Maximus take over from here.
Okay. We'll go into Maximus. So you're casting Speak with Animals?
Yes, and then once it's done, he's going to basically walk over to them. You're Gundry's horses, right?
You
guys okay?
Goblins!
Oh, they're very much not okay, guys.
Care to explain?
We are going into initiative.
Okay.
I need, hold on. Let me roll initiative. That card is not part of the initiative order. Get out of here. Okay. And then I need to roll some stealth checks.
Some goblins.
Button. There it is.
Okay.
Sweet.
Some goblins. And this is to see who gets surprised and who doesn't.
Oh, the initiative roll is?
No, so basically, I need to roll initiative for these guys real quick, and then based off the stealth check, if they pass your passive perception, you will not get surprised.
How do I tell what my
It's
passive
1 and
perception
1.
is?
It's 10 plus your modifier, basically, for perception rolls.
So
Yeah,
17 for me.
You have truly
Yeah, mine would be 11. 1-1.
Okay, so looking here, everybody gets surprised besides Valen and what was your name? Aladrin?
Vilren.
Vilren.
Which is pretty funny because we have very similar names. I changed it afterwards, and
So you do not get surprised. And
No, you don't have to. I'm sorry if I took your name.
no, I just think it's funny. It's also amusing because I've used this exact character art before as well.
It's
like,
pretty common. It just looks good.
All right, so
Great minds think alike.
initiative. Okay, we're gonna do our surprise rounds first. All right, so you can act freely in your surprise round, but if you also want to spend your action to alert somebody else, that will nullify their surprise round. So basically, you're getting them out of the surprise. And we'll go first. Valen, what are you doing?
Wordlessly, without tipping off the approaching force, Valen will put a hand onto our shiny friend over here and point them out in the tree line.
Okay.
So that is for our Dragonborn fellow. And that will be my turn.
Right. Let's see. He's going to run up on Maximus. And he's gonna take a swing.
He's still, like, fully facing the horse, like, goblins? What are you talking about, goblins? They're not goblins. What the fuck?
Has an axe bites into his shoulder.
There's no goblins. What? All right. And he misses with a 6.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Hey! You keep your head.
So you
I would
said
very
you
much
get
like
some
that.
sort of cover over your head.
Yeah, he was actually doing that, but he was petting the horse
Okay.
to calm him down.
Fully just turned
But
the
yeah,
other way.
basically he's just wearing a blanket over his head for some just to get the rain off.
And then I think this is the only one off here.
I get trampled by horses.
Well, they're definitely spooked now.
Tragedy.
All right. I should. Oh, I didn't make this public. My bad. Okay, so 23 passes
God.
that armor. You take 6 damage as an arrow shoots and just hits right into your hand.
Yeah, I mean, I let out a yell of pain. Don't like that.
All right, and then that is it for the surprise round. We'll go into normal initiative now. Valen.
All right. I assume it'd probably be an action to try and spot out the archers.
Yes, it would, but letting you know they are in the tree line. It would be pretty hard. You would have a disadvantage with that.
Sure. Then what I would do is I am going to move. Not sure if it'd be difficult terrain to get around the horses here, but I'm trying to sort of step diagonally over here.
Also, you can do that freely. You can slip through the horses.
Yeah, I think as long as the horses are our allies,
Yeah.
it should be fine.
I'm just gonna get right here. Valen will draw his rapier, and you all watch it crackle as he will cast Booming Blade against this creature. Poorly. He misses, so that will be his turn, as he does not have anything else he can do yet.
Alright. He's a goblin. He's gonna turn around and take a swing at you, seeing you cast that cantrip. He's pretty spooked. That's 5 damage.
Oh,
Ooh.
These guys are rolling crazy.
He is not looking good.
Hmm. I don't think I can do anything until I get to my turn, so I'm hands off.
Do you need me to apply the damage for you, or do you want to do that yourself?
I was trying to click the attack, but instead of showing numbers from your side, it just says attack roll or damage roll. But I'll just do it manual.
It must be trying to just basically hide it.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if anybody else sees it like this, but
Yeah, I see the same thing.
see it as well.
All right.
It
Going
almost
forward?
looks like it's clickable, but then it's not.
Yeah, I think it is for him. We just can't see where the roll was.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see on here. I need to come up with a cool nickname for you. Can't think right now.
Who, me?
Yeah. I'm trying to come up with
I was thinking just Veil, but it's kind of the same. I will, first of all, is the card big enough to sort of like hide behind?
Yeah.
And did we see the arrows coming in from like only the northern side, or are we kind of surrounded?
You saw the arrows coming from the north side. That's what you've seen so far.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try and sort of whisper in an impossible language. So I'm going to try to cast Dissonant Whisper on the goblin that we can see. Oh, sorry. I guess I should have targeted him. I think they did it on me.
Yeah, make sure to target him and then
My bad.
roll it again.
Yeah, just double right click when you want to target.
Or you can hit, click on the NT. That also works as well.
Should be fine like this.
And you can just keep that original roll.
With the original roll, let me. Oh, it seems you. Hold on, I put it on fails, and we'll use your first roll. Taking 13 damage. Like blood just shoots out of his nose, just like a big explosion right out. And he is. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Is he? So he's still alive, right?
Yep.
I'm looking at his token art. This goblin is jacked.
Yeah, no, I know. He's a goblin with a great axe, so that tells you something. But yeah, so he needs to use his reaction to move away from me.
His reaction to move away from you.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any like feat requirement, or just like he has to move away?
It says as far as its speed will allow it.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you can get an attack of opportunity. Valen.
Yeah, I don't suppose
I
for an attack
am.
of opportunity I can hit it.
Oh
with
right,
this
I'm
sword.
still thinking like it's Pathfinder. I do get an attack of opportunity.
Actually, both of you get attacks of opportunity.
Am I able to draw my rapier? He hasn't had the chance to get it out, but
I do
I
not believe
assume.
I can use Booming Blade as a reaction, so I suppose this will just be a regular strike.
I'd say you could pull out your rapier and attack all in one. So just so I mean, you've seen your friends get hit and stuff like that. I would assume by now you've pulled it out.
Well,
Yeah, he's
yes.
basically been like shaking and like having his hand on the rapier, like ah,
So
fuck.
Go ahead and make an attack against him.
Oh no.
That's an
Okay, let's.
You know what? I think I'm cursed, guys. In more ways than one.
I'm gonna try something real quick. Was it an advantage because they were kind of flanking him?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can
sure.
toggle
I'll-
advantage.
I think it was. I found it out with somebody. It was shift.
Is shift, I think.
Shift click. Wow.
I'll just.
I didn't need to roll a stealth check. Sorry.
Rapier.
I think it was at least or no, I think it was control and alt.
Oh, control and all.
think it
That
was-
was right. Yeah.
Okay.
I keep
So-
clicking rapier, but it's not doing anything.
21
Are you,
for 8
are
damage.
you targeting him?
Oh, maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, you can either double click or click T. Click and then hit T on him, and he should be targeted.
You can tell they're targeted when they have like 4 red arrows pointing towards them.
Yeah.
So say it one more time. Sorry.
So
How did
here, let me pull
click?
this token back out. So click and then hit T, and it should be targeted.
Oh, we can even
And
see who's
then-
targeting it. There's like dots on them.
Yeah.
Ah,
There we go. Oh my God.
I didn't do it at advantage, but I assume that fucks
That
him up.
hits, That hits.
So 8 from me, 5
Wait,
from him.
roll again for a crit?
I
Oh, wait, did he
might as well.
No,
No,
I'm
no,
just
I have
saying.
advantage.
Oh.
No, it's fine. Take the 21 and the 5.
21 and the 5. Okay, and he is bloodied, but he also retreated back into the brush line.
And he took the 8 from me with the 21 that I rolled.
Yep. And he's bloodied.
Okay.
Okay.
Bloodied. Tanky.
I was a
In that
goddamn
case-
beating goblin.
I will fuck, why can't I move? Okay. I'm gonna move over here and use the rest of my movement to kind of like try to just get behind the cart. Like, is it big enough that I can be standing and have cover, or do I need to get prone?
It's big enough to where you would be standing and have cover.
Okay. And then I think for my bonus action, I'm just going to, cause why not? It seems like my elven compatriot has a better handle on locating these creatures than anyone else. I'm going to establish telepathic speech with him. Just say real quick, like something very fast, like yeah, just alert me if you can, if something comes out of the forest. And I'll end my turn.
This goblin, he sees that big old dragonborn right there, and he's going to take an attack out. And that hits, doing 5 damage.
Oof.
There you go, 5 damage. We got some crazy rolls going on. And he's gonna remain in the forest. Maximus, it's your turn now.
Okay. So we're leaving it to him to find the others. I think he just got hit with an arrow. Who does anyone need healing? I can heal small wounds. Small wounds? Anyone?
I have an arrow fully sticking out of my shoulder. I'm like, I'm behind cover. I should be fine. I'm looking even paler than usual as I'm losing a lot of blood.
You see a large
And to
bleeding
the
gash
softer ones.
from the top of Valen's shoulder to his navel.
We're all
He
dying.
is looking bad.
Fuck.
This was a try party, and then the next time we do this again, it'll be the real party.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
we're all dying.
I've got like 2 characters in the back.
Hey, I decided to bring 3 characters. No, I kid. All right. Yeah.
Okay. Just raise your hand if you want healing, and I'll go to you.
I'm just behind cover, so I'll just, get someone else.
He starts taking a step back to Valen. Okay. You're hurting your shoulder. Are you? Let's see. This is going to sound very weird, but pain, go away. He's going to target you with healing word.
And healing
Let's see.
for targeting, so you just click on him and T.
Yeah, T, and then I grab my spell here. I click that thing.
If it's healing word, you need to move next to him, though, right?
It's a ranged spell.
It is a
Yeah.
ranged spell, but he moved closer to you so you could see where,
I
because
see.
you can't see shit in the rain.
And that's 5 health back to you. I can go ahead.
Hey,
There we go.
Valen is looking fit as a fiddle.
Okay.
We're so bad.
Do we see the
He
goblin
feels
in
a
the
bit
forest
better.
with the axe, by the way?
You can't see him. You might have think he ran off because he was getting pummeled so hard.
Okay.
I don't suppose. Let's see. I used 10 feet. Okay, yeah. And he is actually going to move. Oh, he should probably be behind that card. Oh, what can he do with this action? That's important. Can I hold a cantrip? I'll probably hold a Vicious Mockery if I see any of them, but he's going to use the rest of his movement to try to get over into the cover of the cart.
Okay.
I can just hit the right button. And that will end his turn.
Oh,
Oh shit, I hit end
no.
turn.
Yeah, you're good. This guy. He's, he sees 2 targets line up, and he's gonna take a shot.
Do I have any covered bonus?
Yeah, you guys do. It's directional though, so you're hiding sort of behind from the north where the arrows were.
There's another one in the trees.
It misses. With
Thank
a
God, I can't take another hit.
little shaky goblin can't hit for shit, and he's going to remain there. And the arrow came from the south, I should say.
Okay.
Alright, there we go. Alright, Silverbreaker, it's your turn.
Okay. So there was definitely an arrow that came from this way.
Yep, in the north. You have arrows
Yep, so
coming
he-
from both sides.
So he's gonna move in here. Oh,
Right back.
hello. Hello, friend. I'm not happy with you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out my whip. And
Oh.
fucking miss.
Jesus Christ.
Level 1, guys.
Level 1.
Holy fuck. Whip goes off, cracks through the forest, but there's no yelp after. Is that your turn?
And I think that's my turn. I don't have any bonus actions.
All right.
So, at this point, I assume the big goblin is fleeing. Are we aware of the positions of the archers that are still trying to kill us?
And Martin's probably gonna shout out to this one's over here. And with the sound of the whip crack, you could probably at least determine.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing.
I will say the goblin, if you see my ping, it's right there. Just the trees do cover his position from a top-down perspective, unless you're underneath the trees, and then you can see them.
Okay, I probably could clear that in one move. No, I definitely couldn't. I'm going
Telepathically, I'll let you know that I just got someone tried to shoot me in the back. So there's probably like one closer to where you are.
Can I spend my action to
Ooh, sorry.
search?
Does it say it's your turn?
It currently does.
Okay, then I have to undo this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't know that it hit him from the initiative order that way. He's going to get on this guy. And he misses. He tries to come up and backstab you, and it just right off the armor and clicks off.
Oh, the goblin that's in the trees with Martin. Okay.
Now we'll go to Valen. Okay.
Can I spend my action to look around our area and point out any goblins I see to the group at large?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Alright. Let me go back to here, and hopefully I roll good this time. No. Okay. 12.
Hold on. Let me see something.
Maybe
Yeah.
they have a bad stealth check.
Nope. Don't see anybody.
Okay.
Rolling
That's-
single digits today, boys.
Eventually I'm gonna get reliable talent.
Yeah, that's when
Today
rogues
is not
get
that
really
day.
fun.
Alright, so I'm just gonna, since I'm unable to spot anyone, I'm gonna group to where our piece of cover is to hopefully mitigate further damage and call it there. Moving on to our next friend.
Fucking sorcerer.
I am in pain, not happy. So how do I do the movement again where I can calculate how far it goes?
Top right or top left, there's
measure.
going to be a little ruler icon just beneath like a bullseye. It's going to
Right.
be on like a bunch of semi-translucent tokens you could click on.
Okay, there we go. So 10. Gonna move in further into the trees because I'm pissed off. But it does not want to move. Okay, so 1, 2. Do I see him or?
You see him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to let everyone know that this filthy goblin is here. And well, I'm almost dead. So just gonna try for another dissonant whisper on him. So hopefully that works. Wait, why does it? Oh, because I did it by accident earlier.
eyes. You get him in one shot. You just.
King God.
Yeah. So how do you take this
Yeah.
guy out?
Basically, no one can really hear what happens, because Distant Whisper does say that the only person who hears it is the person. But I just let out this like whisper of an unnatural language that hasn't really been spoken on our plane of existence, and my eyes shift from silver to a vivid purple for a second. And then I think he probably lets out a scream of pain as his brain kind of just splatters inside his skull from the pressure. And I'm going to take my 10 movement left to come back. And actually, no, I'm going to stay in the forest because I don't want to get shot. And I'm just going to telepathically let at least my elven friend know that there's no one behind us anymore, at least that I can see.
Can I use a reaction to cry out?
Yeah. What do you cry out?
Take the last one alive.
I'm like, no, don't. Just kidding.
This guy's kind of fucked. Okay. Seeing his friend there, he's going to move up. He's going to think, I can take this fucking guy down. He's a little goblin guy going against some.
He's just a little guy.
Goes off.
There's a little man.
He kind of fumbles the knife a little bit. And he tries to drive it into you, and he misses. Oh, it's kind of fucked. All right, Maximus.
Okay. He can't see any of the other two anymore. But he's going to assume with the sounds of clang and like bodies dropping that things are going okay. If he looks to specifically Valen and kind of starts pointing in two directions, up and north and then down and south, then kind of goes, okay, if you go and check on, and I can, fuck it, and then he just goes charging off into the forest.
All right.
Let's do this. Oh fuck. Let's see, how much movement did I use then? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Wait, I need to, I'm measuring. Yeah, okay, that's max movement for him. Seeing this, he is going to shout at the goblin with the bow and arrow. Well, probably doesn't have a bow and arrow anymore, but the one that was shooting at us. You are possibly one of the worst shots I've seen. You were only able to hit one of us. You're fucking useless. Go die. And cast Vicious Mockery. If I can find... Okay. You, and then... You. 3 psychic damage. And a save. Okay.
He's at 11.
And then he is going to look towards Silverbreaker, his draconic friend. Kill these fuckers so fast. I don't want them coming anywhere near me. And he's going to target Silverbrink with a... If I can find it.
I assume inspiration.
Inspire. Ba-ba-da-da. Oh, it rolled it for me. That's weird.
Well, I guess I get +3 to my next attack roll.
As he...
I think you can choose what you use it on, but yeah, it's like an ability check and attack roll.
or a saving
and-
throw.
I think also a saving throw as well. You might
I
be
believe
right
it
about
starts off as what, D4 or D6?
that. It's a D6, I think, to start out.
All right,
Uh,
and
I
remind me,
will-
Vicious Mockery.
Edit.
Just for, give me a moment. Chuck, I am going to send you a screenshot here.
Okay.
All right, next attack roll.
I believe
Yeah,
this
we
is
were
what you have to
correct.
change in your settings with MIDI QOL to make description show.
But yes, and also Vicious Mockery means that that guy has disadvantage?
Yes, he does.
Oh, it's next.
Disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes.
I will look at
And that will end his turn. He's done for that.
And we can do this after session. Just wanted to point that out there.
Alright, cool. Silverbreaker, what are you up to?
And he's gonna turn to this cowardly little goblin that tried to backstab him after shooting him.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, shit!
So, I have a question before we continue here. Obviously, didn't call it before, but did you hear Valen
No.
when he cried out?
Oh, take one alive. Yeah.
Up to you if you actually follow through with that.
I'll say retroactively if you want to say non-lethal damage, that's totally cool.
But there's two of them, right?
There's two.
So, the question is for this: does that bring this goblin down to 0? Okay, I'm gonna let that actually kill this goblin. Just a fucking whip strike to the throat,
Alright.
and then he's gonna turn around and with the flat side of his longsword, bonus action attack.
Nice.
13.
You can use your inspiration
Oh, yeah.
if you want to make sure it hits.
Oh yeah,
Did you say miss or almost miss?
It was an almost miss.
Or save it.
all right. And that one's, if it brings him down, that's a non-lethal hit. Because I'm
What did you...
attention to.
Oh, did you use your bardic?
Okay, I think there was a miscommunication. You were making it out like we just barely hit them, but you're saying it's like one off?
Oh, I'm saying you almost hit them.
Okay. So
Oh,
you would have to use
and-
Bard to make this go
Yeah,
through.
I can use the bardic inspiration then.
Okay, and that was...
Yeah, go ahead and you can either use my 3 or, I don't know, you want to roll your own inspiration. Depends on
Might as
how
well
the
just.
DM.
Oh, how do you want to roll that?
I would say let's use, do your own roll.
Alright.
There you go.
Yeah, that was the right choice.
And you're using-
There's no way their AC is 17 anyway.
You hit him. It does not bring him down, but he's bloody.
Yeah, I think that it would deal the +3 because it's a bonus action attack. I don't have the 2-weapon fighting style.
Okay.
I think
So
it's
it
just
would've done
defaulting to treating
8?
it. Yeah. So it's an 8.
Okay. But, alright. He's bloody. I don't know why it's not showing, but he is bloody. Alright. Move on to this guy. And he's gonna try to run. Seeing he's outnumbered, and definitely outgunned, he's gonna try and...
Attack of opportunity.
Yep. Let's see if you hit. You hit. And he takes 4 damage. He's still not dead, but he's extremely low. He's bleeding. And he used all of his movement, so he can't get out. And then we'll go next turn. Valen.
Based off the rustle, because I can't really see what's going on, did the goblin run this way or this way?
It ran this way.
Okay. I am going to try running in a direction here. That gets me right about here. Can move 5 more feet. Just because I want to make sure I am going to dash. That way I can get right next to him and threaten attack of opportunity.
All right. What are you doing down there?
Yes, so that's 5, 25, 30, and I'm gonna dash. Still can't see it. So I'm completely unaware of like his location where I am.
Do you still have that mental link?
Yes.
Then I would kind of point you out to where it would be more. If you were looking straight along the trail where the horses are facing, it's to the left of the back cart.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Oh.
I can't like target him with something, right?
Right, you wouldn't be able to do that unless you can have eyes. If it requires sight.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I can't see him through the tree line, right? Check.
Yeah, you cannot see him from the tree line.
Okay. Damn it! I thought I had could have made it, but well, in that case, I think that's just gonna be it.
Goblin. Unless he's skipping.
He's
That goblin's dead.
that goblin's dead. Yeah.
Right, gotcha.
I think he's a fine red mist right now.
Well, he got whipped to death, so.
Let's see, he's able to get. Ooh, just.
And remember,
Uh,
spells cannot be non-lethal. Unless otherwise stated.
Yeah. So he's not going to try to vicious mockery it. He's going to take about. Well, he can actually. Is that right? Can I see the
If your-
person?
If your character can see him,
I say
then
this
you can see him.
person. Okay. He's going to make his way to Ariadne. And seeing Ariadne is still hurt from before, he's going to look at one of the arrows and put his hand on basically your shoulder and just kind of yank it out while using one of his Asimar aspects. So he has sort of markings that go around his eyes and kind of down his cheek that are going to start flaring up with energy as he uses healing hands. Let's see. Great.
I'm gonna let out like a little
Wait, that should be
second
doing.
air through my teeth.
That should be doing 2d4 hit points. So it should have been at least 2.
Yeah, that should add your wisdom mod too, right?
Looking at the breakdown, there was no dice roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just says 1.
You'll
It
have to
must
do
be-
that manual.
Yeah, it must be bugged.
It's like it says it on my racial features that it takes 2d4 hit
Well,
points and heals
oh,
that.
I
Maybe
know.
I'll just here.
You probably have to do it manual because it's misconfigured in the trait.
That's fair. I'll
There
just
we
roll
go. I got
2d4.
it for you. You get 3.
Okay. So 3.
Strange.
Yeah, I'm just gonna suck in some air through my teeth. Just like, fuck. Thank you.
And he's gonna just drop the arrow like, ooh. Um,
Yeah, I also kind of look at all the blood, like, ugh.
And then he kind of turns and looks at. He remembers that Valen planned to take it alive as well. I concur, Valen. Please take it alive. Do your best. And he's going to Barkley Inspire as a bonus action, Valen here.
Cool. I will note that down. Extra d6. It's going to be useful.
How do I get rid of that?
Oh, just click it and
Previous
Okay. Sorry about that.
weird. Can I? There we go. It finally used it.
All right.
Okay, I targeted you, so that's good.
there you
Anyway, that'll end his turn.
go. All right.
All right.
Swordbreaker.
He's gonna march on over to this last goblin. Whip in hand.
It hits. Is that non-lethal damage?
Yeah, that's non-lethal.
All right.
He's at. Yep. And he's gonna try to like wrap the whip around a limb and start dragging him away.
All right. And with that, combat is over.
And the goblin is now fully unconscious,
The goblin is fully unconscious.
so we'll have to wait.
Yes.
I mean, depends.
Yeah.
That's
How
fine.
long is it, like
I can heal him with a word, you know.
No, please. Save it.
That's understandable.
Don't spare any healing for that creature, please. While we're waiting, can I go and check out the corpses of the other ones? I'll start with the one that's like down south, but just see if there's anything valuable on them. Like, do they have anything they could have stolen from the other caravan or something like that? Like,
yeah, you can go down the one down south. There's also one up top.
And Silver, do you have rope or something we can bind this creature with?
No problem. And yeah, he's gonna take out his rope and tightly bind this creature and just start dragging him along the ground behind him.
Bind him by the wrists and ankles.
You will see a coin purse and a jar of sand.
okay. Can I look if there's any coins in there?
Yeah. Let me. That's not what I want to do. You find 4 silver.
Okay. And do I have any idea like why a goblin would have a jar of sand? Is that like it's useful for something in general around here,
Pocket sand, bro, of course.
or are they just is it just because they're like sneaky little fuckers and they throw sand in people's eyes, or
As far as about goblins, they're sneaky little fuckers, like to throw shit in people's eyes. So maybe he's just really into the tactic.
okay. In that case, I'll just like head back and who is super broke, by the way?
I spent my last silver piece for him, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say, well, this is convenient.
No, it's
And-
your kill, your money.
No, I'll give a silver to everyone. That seems only fair to me.
Sure.
You guys are all milling about, and he's just kind of frozen in place, just kind of like taking in what happened.
Who said they only
No.
had spent their last silver?
Do
That
that.
was me.
I'm
I
going to
was
go.
thinking
check
about
the
Martin's just gonna walk over and just pass the silver to you as he walks by with the goblin being dragged behind him.
Yeah.
Can
I
I check
appreciate it.
can I check the other one?
Turn around and go
I'll
to
be
the
sure to pay you
horses.
back next time.
The other goblin has a skull bomb, and
Okay.
he has what seems to be a little like leather compartment for a map,
Okay.
and that's
I-
empty.
Oh. Sad. And
That-
what about our tied up friend?
The tied up friend has nothing on him besides like his
Okay.
weapons and stuff. But other than that, no.
Yeah. I guess I'll just like take a quick look at our bard friend and just say, you look overwhelmed. Are you
just completely pale in the face. Did not take a single hit point of damage, but is like probably more tired than all of you. As he goes
So-
over to the horses and just starts trying to like tie a rope slowly around them and is like fumbling with the knot. Like,
So just to be clear, panicking and insulting people—that's what you do. I guess healing.
yes, I would. I'm used to healing. Like cuts, bruises, but not really arrow wounds. And I mean, I've still not gotten used to that. I'm sorry. Anyway, these horses, they seem to be okay. I am gonna just tie them off to the rest of the cart, maybe. You two deal with,
If you need, I can
the goblin
lead them.
bodies and such.
Maybe tell them that the whip isn't for them if they're worried about that.
So
Or wait, do these horses have their saddles, by the way?
they had braces to be tied to carts. I actually want to see if we do have saddles in the carts to use. I know how to tie them up if you need.
That would be amazingly helpful, and I don't know how to deal with multiple horses, but one seems a bit more manageable, a bit more my speed.
Let
Sure.
me tell you what's in the carts. So, in the carts there are an assortment of mining supplies and food. This includes a dozen sacks of flour, several casks of salted pork, 2 kegs of strong ale, shovels, picks, and crowbars, about a dozen each, and 5 lanterns with a barrel of oil, about 50 flasks in volume. The total value of the cargo you can guesstimate is about 100 gold.
We're rich.
It's not
So-
ours.
Well, it
Someone
seems like
else's
there's no
is
saddles here, so we'll have to bear back.
Oh, I
Uh,
think I'll just let
If you need
you
assistance,
all...
so what we could do, there are some goblins around here, so we could maybe take their leathers and I could make a makeshift saddle.
So just to clarify, we're more worried about how we're going to ride the horses and not why our employers' horses have had their leashes cut off and are now wandering back to our position.
That's fair.
What
but
are the
right now I'm
horses
worried
saying,
about
by the way?
securing the goods. So, are you still able to talk to the animals?
Yes, I should be hearing at least a little bit of what they're saying.
I can try calming them down, brushing their manes. Maybe you can get some more out of them.
That sounds like a smart move.
Talking to the animals, you ask. What do you ask them? I should say.
Okay, so I understand that there were goblins, but when did the goblins attack, do you think? They attack at when the moon was up, when it was dark, or when it was light?
When it was about medium.
Okay, horse knows about medium.
Afternoon.
Basically around the afternoon, it seems. Or maybe the evening if light means noon and dark means midnight. But about how many goblins would you say? It was like a pack?
About a whole tribe of them.
Oh, more than just a pack, it's a tribe, which
Good
could
thing we
possibly
got
increase the
now.
number.
So we got lucky.
We seem to have been hit by an ambush at the very least.
Well,
Then
yes, but I mean in terms of numbers, we got lucky.
Yes, you
For
are
sure.
quite right.
And I am very grateful you took one alive, so I can do some interrogation there.
We can do some interrogation.
Kind of give them both a look. Like, you both seem extremely eager to interrogate this creature. Do you enjoy dispensing pain?
I'm not going to dispense pain. I'm going to offer it an ultimatum and see if it's going to help or harm us.
Do
I'm not going
any
to.
of you know Goblinoid?
I do.
Okay.
I've learned it as a. You know, I'm not going to go into that. So,
Oh no, just
Insight
save it
that
for
you
a more
can-
appropriate time. I'm
That
sure
would
we'd
be
all
great.
love to hear your story.
but when that goblin comes to, we're going to try to get some information as to where the tribe is, what they're doing, and hopefully we can use force. I don't really want to go into, torturous stuff. I think it's just going to be either you have us or we kill you, and that should... Most goblins will cower, I think.
They're very weak-willed. But if we need to apply any pressure, I carry the whip for a reason.
Noted. I'll be good cop, you be bad cop.
I think I'm a pretty
Field,
good
good
cop.
guard, and bad guard. I see.
I think I'm very obviously suddenly not at ease, and I'm suddenly adopting an almost bard-like. You're a bard, right? Yeah, you use bardic inspiration.
I'm a bard. I think
yeah.
you guys are good cop, bad cop, and I'm rad cop.
I'm uncomfortable cop.
So, getting down to brass tacks, we have an unknown number of goblins out there somewhere, possibly threatening Phandelver, and we don't know where our employers are.
Oh, yes. Now that you say it, maybe while our goblin friend takes his time to come back from consciousness, we could ask the horses to maybe direct us to where the ambush was.
I think the
Or their
worst case is our employers have been slain, and second to worst is they've been captured and taken to wherever this camp or tribe is staying.
Is there any sign of significant blood loss in any of the carts?
I wouldn't say in any of the carts, but looking for significant blood loss, you find up along through here patches of dried blood seem to go along and rise up through here.
And
Does it seem like
Oh, sorry.
a lethal amount of blood or wounded kind of blood?
It's hard to tell. There's a good amount, I'll say.
I understand it's raining, and that's probably getting a little muddy, so this might be with a disadvantage, but can I kind of try and look along the trail and ascertain how many tracks, and if I can, because I assume they might be bare feet, how many goblin tracks mixed in if there's a chase?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you say it's more survival or investigation?
I'm gonna say investigation.
If it's an investigation check, can I assist them? Since I have proficiency.
I would
in it as well?
I would actually say that I'm pretty sure Valen still has my bardic inspiration from before.
I
Yes,
do.
You can assist because you do have proficiency in the skill.
Okay. So, let's see, how do I roll this with advantage? You said shift?
I think it's alt.
We're gonna try it one more time.
There you go.
And then just because I think this is the time to use it, I'm gonna go ahead and roll that d6 to throw on top. Puts us at 19.
With a 19. So what were you looking for precisely?
Precisely, I am trying to ascertain the direction and number of the participants of maybe a chase, trying to see if our employers are running this way and if some goblins are following them and maybe how many. Based off the number of sets of tracks.
So you could guess with a high good 19 that you are looking about anywhere from 10 to 20 goblins.
Okay.
And in total, probably about maybe 1 to 2 humanoid footsteps. Footsteps that are definitely bigger than all the other goblins.
Gotcha. So, large group chasing our employees up this way.
Well, are the bigger footsteps also barefoot, or are they? Do they have shoes or boots on?
They definitely have boots on.
Okay, so it's not like hobgoblins or something.
Bugbears, whatever.
Can you? I'll look at Maximus and say, can you ask the horses how long they've been running before they encountered us? I know they probably have a very warped sense of time, but might give us an idea of how long it's been since Can you ask them if actually if the dwarf is the one that, well, if our employers are the ones that set them free?
Horses, did your owners set you free? And also possibly how many nights and lights did it take for you to get here?
Caught by the goblins for sneak on you, but not too long since employers were gone.
So they said it hasn't even been a full day yet, but that Gandrian, if I'm saying his name right,
Gundren.
my Gundren, seems to have been captured along with his compatriot. I think he brought
Well,
along 2 others.
not to be callous, but we barely survived this encounter with them. There were 4 of them. I don't think we can defeat the rest of their tribe.
As eager as I am for revenge, it would be wise for us to maybe rest and reassess the situation when we're at full strength.
I'm not sure if we have time.
Yes,
They're wounded and being chased by a large pack of goblins, and they might be being herded into another pack if it's a tribe.
Stormbreak, do you need healing maybe? Are you feeling okay?
We can rest an hour, maybe. But
An hour's rest should let
I'll be back in a
me tend to
I'm
myself.
not sure what's going to happen if they're being actively chased right now.
but do we really think we can help them? It's the better question.
I think I might be able to cause a distraction, and hopefully the rest of you can get them out if they are being captured. I can, once at dawn, I can make an illusion move or make myself invisible.
These oil casks. Maybe when it stops raining.
Could perhaps, although I'd want to.
Yes, maybe waiting an hour for it to stop raining and then figuring out our next move if we're going to pursue the tribe. Probably be smart.
How about we make a halfway? I don't need to rest, so I can draw the cart, and you all can rest in the cart while we move.
I mean, I don't need to cart. I can probably do the other cart if if one of you needs to rest as
In
well.
particular, I think you've used it a lot, and you should get a rest.
I'm-
Perhaps,
It might be a little bit hard to rest after
understandable. So
my adrenaline is pumping, I guess,
does that sound good to the
Well-
group? Some of us draw the carts while the rest rest inside.
I think if we do this, we're going straight to our deaths.
We're not going to fight the group directly. We're going to try and scout it out and hopefully extract our employers. I am confident I could at least get in unseen.
And
But
we
you would
think
have to
we can
go
do
alone.
that with moving I'm assuming the cards make a lot, they're not subtle, right?
I can see fairly far, so if it sounds like we're getting close to something, or I can see a group, maybe I can veer us off the path and then approach on foot.
So you said you would want to go ahead. Like you would want to basically be however many steps ahead of us.
I could, if I have to, I could also go on foot, and we can just take those 2 horses over there, leaving the carts here.
How long can you be invisible for?
I don't dissipate, I just make myself not very seeable, and I can do that for, I think, an hour.
Well, if you can... It might be smart if you have a horse. And maybe we may set up a base camp here. Although I don't like the idea of you going alone and splitting the party to make it so that you go with a buddy would... It never goes well, does it, in the stories?
I'll put it this way so it's clearer. Do we want to spend an hour here to recoup our strength and hopefully find our employers alive and get them out? Or do we want to try and chase them while there's assumedly still some time to get them away from the horde before they catch up?
Not to sound callous, but I would not pursue either of those options. I think we're close to our objective at this point, right?
Yeah,
The town.
we should probably get the carts to Phandelver, depending on how far away we are.
It would take probably
I
about another
see.
day and a half to get to Phandelver.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought we were on the last day.
No, we're very far. I mean, we could, but I don't think his brother would be very kind to us taking the goods here and abandoning him.
Well, I mean, that's the problem is if I'm dead, I will care very little for his opinion of me.
If that's your
And
choice,
they hired us to deliver goods to his brother. I
then
mean,
you can take.
they didn't
one
hire
of-
us to protect. They didn't hire us to protect them. That
I
was
see.
the entire point of our discussion. They thought they could protect themselves. We are not liable for their security. We're liable for
Then-
the security of the goods.
If it's all right with you, the three of you can go ahead, and I will go alone.
Do you think that's wise?
I think I can go unseen, at least. And maybe not approach, but I can make sure they're alive, and if they're being held captive, or if they've been killed, and report back. I will not engage a horde of goblins by myself. I'm not looking to die.
If they're alive, they're likely being held captive for some reason, and the goblins may want to keep them alive for time yet to come.
You're probably going to
Hey.
need me to talk to the horses, right? Because they're leading to the place.
So,
Well, we
my-
think they're like up north is where they headed
Yes.
with the captives, and east is where we are headed. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is the open road. Like, this is this is where they ambushed us. So I think, at the very least, we should move the carts a little bit. If we do that north or east route, like maybe it doesn't really matter. But
What
Um,
interests me the
Arts.
most, and that I can't wrap my head around, if they were separated from the goods, why would the goblins pursue them instead of seizing the wealth I assume they were here to take?
perhaps they're not looking for material goods so much as prisoners for some reason.
They mention this natural beauty or natural treasure. Perhaps the goblins are onto that as well.
Or perhaps, more likely, the natural treasure that the benefactor is looking to take is the goblin's home.
I feel like that's a bit of a stretch, no? I mean,
Well, if it's in caves, which is known to have ore and other natural resources that the goblins are already staying in, that's an assumption, I don't know.
well, the goblins that we know of headed away from Phenelon, so
Right. We do
Yeah,
have
they
one
went
here,
north.
so if we do choose to
Runs.
wait and rest, we can hopefully get something out of this one.
can we slap it awake?
Yeah, you can. You can slap him.
Can we try? Is
Yeah,
that,
sure. Give me a
is that like a medicine check or something? Or
give me a medicine check slap.
does anyone have good medicine? I only have a +1. Just like try to figure out
I
if
can try to
anyone's good at
perform
this.
him awake. Just play right in his fucking ear. Just the worst playing on purpose.
Well, the rain ruined your strings.
You can kind of maybe do it under the blanket that he's currently wearing. He switched out the blankets, by the way, at one point because it got too soggy.
I think if we are to make a decision, we should do it with as much information as possible. And this little goblin here possesses some more information.
Where's he at?
I mean, if no one else wants to, I'll just try. Oh, I don't know why I double rolled.
You got a 9? Yeah.
Yeah.
You just slap him.
Okay.
He's still just like limp, and we just slapped it. Basically, what you seem to be like a dead guy. Just like he's not dead.
Yes. Yeah.
Realizing that the
Useless
veal
creature.
is probably not going to work out here, he's actually going to pull out his conducting wand and start playing it, but maybe hyper focus it on the goblin's ears,
Okay.
if that's possible. I believe everyone within 60 feet can hear, is how the specific wand works, but he does this. Oh, it doesn't say things, but it basically starts playing orchestral music from the wand, and he
Okay.
starts trying to do like as many brass instruments going hard, as many percussion instruments are just rattling this fucking goblin as hard as possible to wake him up.
I just imagine it's just Tank from Cowboy Bebop.
That's good. That's good.
Roll a d20, just a flat d20, and let's see what
Okay.
happens.
Oh, 19.
Jolts up.
I'm going to just like sort of like the beginning of a firebolt, but just have like some silver fire dance across my fingers and try to look at him with like a bit of an penetrating stare, just looking mean.
The orchestral music's going to get very sinister sounding as he starts to just play what's going on.
Okay.
Still standing, but Valen is going to crouch in front of this creature, getting to eye level, and in Goblin. Where's the rest? How many? Still speaking in Goblin. I'm going to get very close to its face, and in its ear, just kind of like cheek to cheek, I'm going to whisper, "If you wish to see the morning, you will cooperate."
Give me an intimidation check.
Not proficient,
At
so it's going to be a...
advantage. At advantage, because of the music and the fire dancing on the thing.
The Joss
Okay.
music in the background.
So, not proficient, so this is a straight d20 roll, and my charisma's 10.
Advantage still helps a little bit,
Advantage,
but
Oh yeah.
Oh,
please
wow.
try your best.
Okay, 16, 17.
Let's
There
go.
we go. With the 17, he will reveal to you. There we go. No. We took the big white guy, and he's in the cave. He's in the Eaton cave. There's about 15,
Okay.
15 brothers there.
Good. I'll turn
Big
back
white
to-
guy. I'm assuming that's Hallwinter.
That's Stildar. The other.
Yeah.
I'll just assume I'm repeating what he's saying.
Okay.
Any other questions that I can pose to him?
Why would they take a prisoner?
I'll turn back. Were you seeking to steal the carts or the humans? What for? Why?
The spider wants the little one.
The spider.
Little one.
Dwarf.
What is a
Is it-
spider?
Yeah, is the spider their god?
Is this... What is this? Who or what is the spider?
I don't know. She comes around every once in a while. She's kind of strange looking.
More detail.
I don't have any more details. She comes in, talks to Clog, leaves, talks to Clog, leaves.
Does she have 8 legs? Does she stand on 2 legs? What is she?
2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs.
Okay. I think that's as most we're gonna get out of this one.
Wait.
We can kill him.
Clog is the leader?
Wait. He said there's 15 of them in a cave. How many are chasing Gundren?
Roughly 10.
And is that what he said?
No, that's what I found out earlier.
And we killed
Tracks.
5.
Well, he said that there were tracks of between 10 and 20 going north, but he just said that 15 of them took back Sildar in a cave. So what I'm asking is, does he know how many are actually after the dwarf?
It's a goblin. He doesn't know the difference between single and double digits.
They can't really count that well unless they're the leaders. Most of the dumb ones are just grunts. But, so, Clog is assumedly a leader of the group. There's this strange figure called the Spider, who isn't basically hired these goblins to capture. What are they, merchants? Nobility? I don't remember. Just our
Gundren,
employers.
he seems like an entrepreneur, sort of. You know, seems like he's chasing something.
The goods have been left untouched, and they've been told to capture these 2. The goblins are listening to the Spider. That tells me, at the very least, they're scary, or powerful enough, or persuasive enough. Let's assume they're probably stronger than the leader of the goblins, since strength is what they respond to. So, assuming all the goblins are unique, we killed, 4 here? This is the 5th one. There was 10 on the trail, and assumedly another 15 or so in the cave. So, large group, force is not something we can use to solve this problem.
The goblin pipes and says, "I could go in and be a little spy for you. I'm a little sneaky guy."
Do I trust him?
No.
Or is he just going to spill everything to
I
his...
guess, yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, he sounds like he's probably just saying this just to get let go.
In
Did
in
you relay
Elvish.
to us his offer?
I am, as he is speaking, translating
Okay.
in common.
Okay.
But in Elvish, I'm going to say, do you want to kill this one? Or leave him be?
I don't see a reason why we should leave him alive. What do we benefit from that? He's going to let his companions know that we're here, won't he?
Perhaps. Or we could have him lead us to the cave.
Maybe if we gag him, but certainly don't let him make any noise.
Let's have the group decide.
Silverbreaker, do you know what they're talking about?
Back in common.
I don't know why they're speaking in Elvish, but it's very rude. I can understand every word they say. They're
Yes, they
just
started
saying, "I
going
can't."
from glak to to very Elvish, very
I'm
distinguished
I'm just going
language.
to-
Arcane speaks Elvish. He's just like silently
Well,
judging you two.
I'm just going to use telepathic speech to communicate with Maximus and say, I'm assuming that was to make sure the goblin did not understand us. Not to exclude you from the conversation.
I was talking to this one because I knew he could communicate through the mind and knew Elvish. I'm trying to make sure we don't tip off the goblin. I say in Elvish.
Yeah, I'll relay that information. I'll just say, well, apparently my assumption was correct.
So,
we're not trying to be rude.
we
We're
can
trying
use this
to
one to
be
go
stealthy.
directly.
Okay,
We can
oh,
use this one to
fair
go directly to the camp. He can lead us there, and then either we slit his throat before we get close, or whatever. But right
Well,
now, I think
Do we
Go
want
ahead.
to get close to the camp, or do we want to try and rescue Gundren?
I assume they've been taken to the camp.
Hmm.
Assuming they've been hired to capture these 2.
Can you ask him how far the camp is, roughly?
I ask how far it is.
All I heard from that was,
Just
yeah, the camp's about a couple sticks down left.
couple
Take his-
sticks? What the fuck is sticks? What is that unit of measurement?
Since I've learned a bit about goblins. Do I know what that means?
It's about half a mile.
I hate them so much.
It's half a mile. It's close.
Well then.
Can I go now?
Yes.
Can I go?
He's asking to leave.
What if we bribe him?
No.
A bribe? That's the only word he knows.
Why would we reward him for
He seems to
potentially
understand
murdering
driving.
our employers?
Can anyone here change their appearance?
I cannot.
No.
I did
No,
that
no.
once.
My face is my only one.
I
I
see.
prefer to keep it that way.
It's a good one.
Fairly attractive. Anyway, so
Of
let's
course.
see. Do we want to have this one lead to the camp or follow the tracks? It is
I-
raining, so the longer we speak, the mud will wash out.
I think if we gag him and he's tied up, we can have him indicate where to go. But if we are doing this and working under the assumption that Gundren has already been captured, at this point, I think we might want to take a short rest, just to make sure that everyone is in fighting shape. At least, you know, the first arrow I took, another one right now would
Yes.
probably kill me. So
I believe if their objective is to capture, we can safely rest, assuming even if we were to chase after them, they would already be taken captive, so it won't make any difference. It just gives us more time to prepare.
I believe 2 of us need to rest, and the other 2 might be able to man the
I-
carts. if
I can man the
that's-
carts and stand vigil, but if it's half a mile, we should be going on foot from here forth.
I agree.
But
The
we,
carts
I
will
mean, we
make too
can't.
much.
We
Will draw
can't.
too much attention.
Half a mile is still half a mile. We could probably use the horses and the cart for at least. How long would you say it takes to get half a mile of travel? It's like 30
About an
minutes,
hour.
40 minutes, an hour.
If we're trying to be quiet, an hour.
Yeah, so
I
if
mean,
we just be
I guess
quiet
we
with
could take the
that
carts
gives enough
then.
time. That gives enough time for others. But we definitely would want to.
I think we could pull the
Get
carts
out of the
off into the
carts.
forest, but I do not believe we should take our charge close to enemy territory if we were to fail. Now,
No.
we could-
Obviously, we hide it within the vicinity.
sure.
Yeah.
Now, do we want to, at the risk of angering our employer, use what's in the cart to save them? For instance, the oil we could use for something.
We
He'd
could
probably value his
oil the
life over a
entrance.
flask of oil.
We could make some impromptu Molotovs, or maybe a bomb. Speaking
how
of
to make
bombs, we
those?
picked up
What?
one of those, didn't we?
Yeah, you could perhaps use it as a well. I can also throw fire, but we could maybe use the skull bomb to trigger a bigger detonation.
So maybe we oil the entrance, and then when they come out, use the bomb to inflame it.
We could also spill some of the oil. Will create a wall of flames. Cover our
Assuming
escape.
we're doing it either within the cave, or the rain has stopped. Now, if we do light fire in the cave, that causes
Our
smoke.
employers might die.
I was also thinking that before it gets oiled and inflamed, we would have someone go in and maybe secure our friend who's been captured, because we don't want them, like you said, getting smoke inhalation. We want those goblins almost for sure to get smoke inhalation.
What I could do, since I myself am quiet enough, is I could sneak in and maybe, when I'm close enough, turn one of the employers invisible to get them out. So I'm not quite confident they're deft enough to be quiet when they step.
You could
This
give
is-
us a signal, and we
Well, you
start
could
making a
warn
commotion
me.
outside.
How long
Well,
does
actually,
your
no,
telepathic bond last, and how
No,
far?
it far enough, but the problem is the duration. It only lasts a minute.
Right, I'm probably going to need more time. Do you need sight for that?
Yes.
Okay. I think until we know more about the lay of the land, we should hold off. I think for now we scout out the cave and make a course of action from there.
So we bring the carts over.
I think we
Hopefully,
get the cards out of harm's way, so
Leave them in
brigands and goblins
brushery.
won't steal them. Take what we need, and on foot, since it's only half a mile, we go slow, so as not to be discovered by the goblins. If they find us, we're fucked.
If they find us, we have
but
to.
see, that's why I think we should bring the
let's see.
carts, is because then it could have give us the element of speed. We could always, cut the ropes, cut the harnesses of the horses and take them and run away.
If we're trying to be speedy, we could unseat some of the horses and ride them individually. Because the cart is fast, but not as fast as an individual horse. It also makes much more noise and is easier to spot.
So leave the cart within the vicinity, but keep the horses close to us, and then
Yeah,
maybe
that's
we could
can go
possibly
on
avoid a
horseback.
fight entirely by just finding a way to get them out and escape without having to have confrontation.
I think we need at least 4 horses, one for each of us, and enough room to
Well, right now
hopefully
we
have
have
2 of them.
6.
Yes, so horses, assuming you're light enough, can take 2 people.
well, the dwarf is bound to be heavy, but the other
Not as
one,
heavy
she,
as
she
a
was an
normal-sized
elf,
person.
right? Well, I don't know. They're kind of really sturdy.
They're
I would at
stocky.
least be able to ride with the Stildar.
That's a human, right? So there's
the
actually
human in armor.
three.
There's
There's
3.
3 of them. There's 3 of them. There's 4 of us. 6 horses. I think we should bring all of the horses if we can control them.
That
So,
sounds like a good
aside
plan.
from taking the first horse you ride, it is a little difficult and does make you have to go a little slower when you have them on a rope behind you.
Well, as we're going there,
Sure.
we're not shooting for speed anyway.
So you think probably take the carts up to a point, then cut them loose, take the individual horses, ride up, keep them out of sight, and then as we're getting our executives out, get them onto the horsebacks and leave.
Yes, and if we have time to get the cards back, we do. But if not, we, enjoy
And-
being alive.
They were
We can
pretty
always
bulky,
remember where we put the carts as
but
well.
if they've been captured, they've probably been stripped of their armor, which will make them lighter. For the horses, at least.
Yes, to an extent, but I think
So, plan of action.
I think we should start heading there. Have the people who need to rest. Make sure the goblin is gagged whenever we're anywhere near our destination. Maybe we even leave him with the carts that are hidden and just.
oh no, we
gag
kill
him
him.
there.
No, not until we're
What-
done.
What? Yes, I mean, once we found their location, we kill him.
You know, not all goblins are evil. They just need food and money. So as long as you're satisfying those, or bartering with them, they shouldn't be all bad. Now
You
these
know they
goblins,
tried
they're pretty
to
bad.
kill us, right?
Yeah, these particular goblins are bad.
So
but
why?
I'm getting-
So why are we debating ethics of?
Well, because he was running away,
Ending-
he didn't.
I
I mean,
just don't like taking life unnecessarily.
I don't
are
like
we
seeing
considering
blood.
it
Maybe
unnecessary
can I,
to
like,
take-
turn around?
If we are able, these goblins are hired, which means if we can get them on our side, I think that'd be better.
I don't.
They're not necessarily
um,
hired. I think they're more tribal, aren't they?
I
They
think they
were
were.
the
We don't.
spy.
We don't know. This is a lot of assumptions. Again,
Sure.
I feel. I think, if we're erring on the side of caution, it's wildly speculative to assume that we can make friends out of them, and it's
Of course.
much
of course.
safer to kill them, especially considering that we are heading into territory where there's a multitude of them, and any amount of surprise that we can get on our side is going to be
Sure.
hugely helpful.
I will concede that at this point. Just saying not all goblins are evil. But these ones are.
This one
These ones are getting led
made
by
a
some
very
spider, if I remember
blatant
correctly.
attempt to kill us. If we let him go, we have no way to guarantee he won't squeal on us or make a noise to try and call us out.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe I'm
Uh,
still new to this. I don't know.
If you want to be more merciful, we tie him up, leave him on the road, far away from where we're doing our business.
Time
If you
up in
want
a
to just
tree.
clean up this, if we just want to clean up the mess, and let him be judged however he be, off with his head.
Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I will let you all take that point because I think I might be a bit too naive here. Maybe I'm not looking at this right.
I think it's a safe bet to say that when a creature has shown desire to kill you, you can treat them as enemies. I think is my point.
So, take
We
the
should
horses,
be getting on the road, though.
leave the
Yes.
carts. After we've taken the carts off the road, I'm going to try to get close, sneak in, report back if I can, or if things go wrong, I'll try and take as many people as I can out to get them onto horseback so we can evacuate. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. I also think that I should probably stay with the horses.
So, let's go ahead. You two can rest up while we lead the carts off the road and away from potential thievery.
Very well. I'll go in a cart and try to patch my wounds a little bit.
Yeah, so it'll take an hour in the cart, about to get there, but we'll
If we're going at a
stop.
slow pace, trying not to be noticed.
Yeah, we'll stop about 45 to 50 minutes, we'll say, in, and try to hide the cart while they're finishing up the short rest. Because I don't need a short rest. I'm
Yeah.
good.
That healing word did it for me.
Glad.
All right, so everybody who's gonna take a short rest now, and then we will head on into the cave. So, who is all going out and, let's say, adventuring in this cave, or scouting it, I should say?
Valen for sure.
Okay.
Anyone else confident in being sneaky?
I have to deal
Not
with
particularly,
reining in
but I would like
sources, so
I would like to go as far as I can while still in the cover of forest or whatever. And again, it only lasts a minute, but use my telepathic speech on Valen to establish at least a minute of communication with him before he goes dark.
Then I will prioritize within that minute, giving as much detail as I can about what we're up against.
is this some kind of detect thoughts magic thing, or is this just coming out of you?
Are you asking me in game or out of game?
In game, he's wondering
Uh,
because you did ring in his
I'm
ear a few times.
just going to sort of look away and just it doesn't really matter.
We all hear voices
fine.
from time to time.
Sorry to interrupt your rest.
No
wouldn't be the first
worries.
time.
I understand being inquisitive. It's just sometimes there are no answers to be found.
And sometimes you don't want to talk about it. I get it.
Well, I mean, just from, I guess, as I have to start thinking about a tactical perspective, honestly. So, sorry, I brought it up. I'm sure we'll broach the topic at some point later. Plenty of stories to tell between all of us, I assume. Interesting lives.
I'm just going to
Interesting.
try to get maybe a tarp on myself or whatever, and try to after I'm done patching my wounds, try to read a little bit.
All right. We will go to the cave. Silverbreaker and Maximus. I'm gonna put a token there just so you can see, but you are not there. Just so you can
Okay.
I am. Can I just tie their reins to maybe a tree instead of having to hold on to them individually?
Yeah.
Make sure you
Okay.
tie the knot very well, or else they'll escape.
Not tying. I'm sure just a granny knot will be fine.
Actually, no, don't tie it. Tie it tight, but loose enough that if they need to run, they can.
It's either I tie it or I don't tie it.
You can do so. Here, let me show you the knot.
Tie-
It's going to keep them there, but if they tug hard enough, like if they're spooked from an attack, they can run. Yeah, so you tie
Fair
it like
enough.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Hold it. There you go. So break it around this side and then there. Oh, maybe I should tie that. Okay, I'll tie it. Sorry, I'm not used to people. It's been a long time.
I'm just looking at this whole thing. I'm assuming it's still raining. It's just like
I am honestly at the point where I'm just about to go and try to talk to them again and just say, "Stay here unless you're in danger. Run away."
maybe yes.
Probably would be
maybe
better.
maybe you should do that. I'm
He crouches on the
exhausted.
ground then.
We need to
Well-
get this going.
All right. I'll bring you guys here. The rain has stopped. Is it loading? Are you guys coming in? Yeah. Okay. The rain
Yeah,
has
it's
stopped,
taking a little bit.
and I put you guys about 60 feet away from the entrance, and the only people that are there is the two sneak team. So they're the only one who's actually there. Everyone is just sort of waiting outside.
And like we said before, I think I'm actually going to tell the horses our plan, basically,
Okay.
instead of tying them. Or we could tie them, but also tell them as well that
Okay.
these
Well, you
are
could also
not
just
like you can just
have,
yank
like-
on.
You could also have like a dagger in hand or something, and if you need to cut them loose, just
So as we're approaching the cave mouth, we've gone on foot, but we do have multiple horses off to the side in the tree line, ready to go.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds
Yes, sir. I got it
good.
covered.
If you move any further than this, you will have to have a stealth check. So
Okay.
I will let you know.
Yeah, I'll just move essentially like as close as I think I can safely, and then use telepathic speech on Valen and back off.
Okay.
Again, only lasts a minute, so
So I'm gonna hug the wall here and approach
All right. Give me a stealth check.
stealthily. No, oh, please.
Oh, and are you? Oh, never
are you
mind.
invisible?
We have the oil caskets with us, right?
I am
Is that part of the plan?
visible. I remember saying earlier that I was planning to use invisibility to cast it on one of the three we're trying to escape with.
Oh, okay.
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 Cool.
Okay. Currently, right now, you are unseen. You can continue on forward, and I will let you know if you need another stealth check to proceed on.
Okay. So keeping as close as I can, moving quietly, slowly. Just going to inch forward here towards the river.
Okay. You see one goblin who has not spotted you yet. Your stealth check is.
That's a whole lot of bird. Sorry,
still
my bad.
valid.
Go ahead.
But you see a goblin there, and he looks to be conversing with somebody.
He's conversing. Does it sound like goblin to goblin or something else?
Goblin to goblin.
Then I'm not too interested. They're, I assume, probably looking out in this direction, or they're just talking to each other back here.
A mix of both. They're
Okay.
what you would know about goblins. They're on patrol right now, but they're really just chopping it up.
Then I'm going to get up to the corner without rounding it.
Okay.
I'm going to take the steel mirror that I bought before to look around the corner.
All right. Looking around the corner, you see two wolves chained up on posts in a side-off little area of the cave. And looking a bit further, you see the water, or I should say like a little river that's coming through. It's coming down a bit harder inside the cave. And you see a wooden bridge with a goblin on it who has not seen you because of the mirror.
And he is looking this way.
Yep, he is looking at the entrance of the cave.
looking back towards our telepathic friend, I'll inform him of all of this.
Mhm.
Now, stealth within reason. If I round this corner, he's just going to see me, right?
You would need a high stealth check to get out. It is dark inside the cave, so. But you would need a pretty high DC stealth check to make it. And plus the wolves are in the else.
Right.
Area.
So, yeah. So, looking back at our friend, in his head, I'm just going to say, do you want me to return, or abandon the first plan, turn invisible myself, and go further?
So sorry, because I can't see. There's just so essentially like you're looking north, but like east of you, there's two goblins as well.
Right.
2 goblins in the trees, and then there's one looking directly out from the cave mouth that I can't get through.
Right. Yeah, I think if you're not able to sneak past without invisibility, you should use it to gather as much information. But then stay safe. We can't rescue you if you're spotted.
So you all watch Valen kind of raise his hands, and you see the shadow beneath his feet rise up in sort of a dark cloud. And as it rises, you see his feet, then his legs, then his torso, and then his whole self wink out. And he casts invisibility, consuming it for the day. We'll just, let's see, can I make a little marker on this, or no? We'll just say he's invisible.
There we go. We'll say hidden, invisible.
Alright. And then,
Oh, that's what that is.
Oh, there we go. Visible.
I'm going to have my character move into the cave.
Okay. Looking there, you see 4 wolves tied up to posts. They look a little famished as they're pretty skin and bones right now, but they don't seem to notice you. And they are just kind of sitting, lying on the ground. Some are sleeping, some are pacing around.
I'll just sort of quietly step further into the cave, making sure not to make any noise.
Okay. And I'll let you know the slope tile right there will allow you to go up and it'll give you elevation. So you can rise up. So there you go.
I see. And I guess I can sort of see some firelight off in this corner.
Yep.
We're going to travel along the main path for now.
I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Looking inside,
And
there,
you
see 2 goblins and a wolf.
Okay. And to this direction, that's a ledge I can climb up on?
It's a ledge you can climb up on that looks like it's the water reservoir that holds the waterfall.
Oh, that's water. Okay. And we're going to avoid that because that'll cause noise. I'm just going to try and sneak through here. Seems like a pretty tight fit.
Yeah.
Are they moving at all?
They're sort of just kicking rocks around, not really doing much. They're guarding this specific area for. They're supposed to stay here. So.
With Valen's history, can he do it like he used to in the circus and vault noiselessly over this goblin?
Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, sweet mercy. Okay. Whew, this is gonna be real good or real bad. Oh no. Well,
You are not immediately spotted. However, the goblins are now looking for somebody, and they're going to do a perception check.
Sure. Did I get over him, though?
You did get over him. The first one rolls an 18.
And am I going to be contesting that with stealth, or using the previous roll?
Let's contest it with stealth.
Okay. Come on, man. Expertise is worth something, right? Oh, no.
Oh, that's tragic.
You should have an advantage from invisibility.
Oh, I am
Oh,
invisible,
yep.
but this is for noise, right?
This is for basically returning
Visibility?
back to being hidden. 'Cause
Okay.
You like bumped him when you vaulted over him, so he felt it. Now he's looking to see where you are.
Okay, let me see if I can... I want to see... I think invisible still gives me advantage on stealth, so I'm going to, with your permission, roll one more time.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Oh!
Not 20.
That's the first time.
Hey!
You
There we go.
recede all the way back into the shadows. The goblin scratches his head and says to the other goblin, "I think I'm losing it," and returns back to patrol.
In the wind.
I'm going to inch forward here.
In here, you see two of the goblins that attacked you before, the big muscle ones. A very large wolf that looks not a lot like the others. A big white fur instead of the gray, dirty fur that was on the other wolves. And you see a massive bugbear that is sitting on a sort of makeshift throne, surrounded by various plunder that he's got from ambushing the roads on the tribal trail.
Inching forward closer into the firelight here. Do I hear them speaking, or are they just sitting there wordlessly?
They are speaking. Clark is saying, "Oh, that Emic. He's trying to overthrow me, I bet. Always a revolution once a week here. He thinks just because he got Stildar that he can own this place." He's sort of conversing with his two bodyguards that are here about that topic.
But I don't see the prisoners here.
No, you do not.
And that looks like it was back where the dogs were. But he said that they had captured someone, Stildar?
Yep.
That's one of the people we were looking for, or someone else?
That is one of the people that you were looking for. That was a part of Rock Seekers or Gundred Rock Seekers group.
Gotcha.
That's the
Human.
guy. Is that the guy that said he had links to the guard, or was that also Gundren
That was
that
the
said
human
that?
guy.
That was the human guy.
Yeah.
Who was a part of like the honor guard of Neverwinter.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Then I am going to kind of go over here. They're kicking around rocks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think just to avoid what happened last time, I'm gonna go back over here. This is thin, but I could get through it, right?
Yeah, you can climb down.
Okay. I'm just gonna try and squeeze through here. Is it gonna let me pick a thing, or... There we go. There's like a little pop-up. I'm just gonna close it out. Alright. And I'm stuck. There we are.
Should be good now.
Quietly stepping around the dogs here. Back towards the entrance. I'm gonna go back up the other way across the river to see if I can find our prisoners.
Let me just there we go. So in this room you see still more a big bodyguard and three little lackey goblins, and you see some sort of makeshift goblin mage. He has this strange purple light emanating around him in a circular fashion as all the goblins are shouting, Yemek, 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 Yemek.
So they have a booyog. Okay. Let's see. It's pretty tight-knit around there, so I'm going to avoid that path for now. Going along this side route here, I'm going to try and see if I can't find where they're holding the prisoners.
That would
Is
just
this
lead right back to where you were.
Okay. So this is nothing, so I'm going to have to go back there then.
Just were they shouting the same name that he said was the name of the person who wants to overthrow him?
Yes.
Yemek. Yes, this is the other one. So there's the big warrior man and then the booyog, or mage, that they've got. I'm gonna avoid this guy and just step up here and slip between this crag and wall.
Alright. You see a very wounded and exhausted Stildar as he sits against the wall, holding a wound on his hand as he's bound.
Very quietly, I'm gonna put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Shh. It's me, Phelan."
You're the weird one with the hair.
We're here to help you. We have horses outside. Where is the rest of you?
They took Gundren away.
Do you know where?
Cragmore Castle.
Castle. So not here.
Not here.
Alright. I'm gonna go back out, get our friends, and we're gonna try and get you out of here. Alright?
How many friends do you have?
4 friends and 6 horses.
That's not enough. Clark beat the shit out of me.
Do you want us to go to Phandelver and get your friends?
Maybe.
Alright. Hold out tough. I'm gonna give him one of my rations. Stay strong.
Goodbye.
And I'm going to make my way out of the cave.
I'm just gonna drag you through the walls to speed you up. Alright.
How much time has passed?
I will let you know right now. It's currently 3:30 in the morning.
Right, but from the initial casting of the spell.
Oh, probably 10 minutes, maybe.
Sure. I'm gonna make my way back to the group. Put a hand on our friend's shoulder here. They have 1 prisoner. The other 2 are not here. There are a lot of goblins. 2 of them in particular look very strong. And I'll just tell them everything I saw in there.
Alright.
So, lots of pokeboys, lots of buff men, 1 really buff guy, some wolves, and a mage.
Well, it sounds like if someone were proficient in goblin sociology, might be able to incite a rebellion and turn one side against the other, but that is not me. I feel like there is.
It's too
feel
much
like it's-
risk.
I feel like it's suicide to go in there. I think we
left
should
him
go
with-
to Phandelver.
I left one of our rations. The others are at Cragmore Castle. There are more.
Does that ring a bell at all?
Everybody can roll a history check. I'm assuming this would be passed on to everybody else, so.
Yes.
Yep.
Do I have history? I don't believe I do.
I do, but I rolled low.
Yeah, if I can know what Cragmore Castle is.
Rip.
So, I asked him. He told us maybe it would be a good idea for us to go to Phandelver and report back with the carts, of course. So they're alive at least. I've left him with a ration or two, so hopefully they won't kill him. But it looks like the spider, or maybe more goblins, have taken them to a castle.
We should get out of here as quickly as possible and try to put as much distance between this place and us as possible while they're, well, it's still, they're not nocturnal creatures, right? They're mostly active during the day.
They do shifts.
No, but I mean, like, generally speaking, do we know?
I
Like, are
believe
they?
mostly work during the day, unless they're raiding.
Yeah, I would say they're active during the day in their prep stages, but
Mhm.
active at night on their ambushes and their attacks.
Yeah, so it looks like they've done more of their ambushing for the night. I think we should. Are we like getting close to being like exhausted at this point? Like, how long can we keep going?
I would say soon you would need a long rest. Like, you could do your travel for the day. Like, if you wanted to get to Phandelver, you get to Phandelver, but then you
Okay.
would crash pretty much. Like, I'd
Yeah.
fucking
It'd be
sleep.
like a forced march.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Do we have the goblin still? Is he dead or is he
He's
alive?
gagged somewhere. We can
Yeah.
slit his throat or something. But
Yeah, I didn't
I
kill
was
him.
thinking, again, the opposite. What if we bribed him to go in there and tell them all to band together and be at arms because there's something big outside? And then two of us possibly taking a horse or two and just being very fast decoys to draw them all out of the cave, and then the other two go in and help the captured.
how many are going to leave?
I don't think that's a good idea. I think,
We don't know how they'll react.
You just
or
take
if
the money and
goblins
run.
stay loyal.
yeah, we have no control over his actions. We beat him up. He has no reason to prioritize our objective over his tribe's objective. And even if some of them do leave, we don't know how many will leave. And then we're putting a target on our back when we're weak and vastly outnumbered.
What
I feel like
do-
I feel like anything that alerts them to our presence is tantamount to suicide. That's
So
what I got from this situation.
there's one more thing I can do today. I'm still invisible, but I can make a silent image of something to get their attention. If
How
we want to
large?
try this. Let me think about that. Actually, I don't know.
But
I
that will
believe
break your invisibility, right?
it would.
I don't see how we alert them to our presence and come out on top.
I think the best course of action is to get reinforcements and find wherever this Cragmore Castle is. Do any of you have a generic map? I'd like to mark out this spot.
Let me. So the map
Be in cart supplies.
that I gave or that I showed earlier. Phandelver region player. As you guys loaded, this is where you're at right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So the X is their cave.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll mark that cave in-game, in character, so we can maybe lead other people to help us take this. But once we're far enough away from the cave, I will kind of let the shadows fall away and be visible again.
All right. So I will leave it up to you guys. Do you want to establish in Phandelver before we end for the night, or do you want to end for the night there?
Kind
I'm
of want
down
to
to
press to
establish.
Phandalin.
Yeah, I'd like to go there as well, but
Okay.
Depends on how much time we have.
We have about 30 minutes left, so I don't see a problem there. We can do that. We will go to Phandelver. So everybody back in the carts. You're all good there.
Yes.
No image left behind. No one knows you were there. And that goblin might be a little more paranoid, but other than that, he seems pretty fine. And we'll get to Phandelver. and this is Phandelver. Where would you guys like to go first? You see Barthen's Provisions is up here. Other than that,
Are
I'm gonna say.
we supposed to? Sorry, are we supposed to see something different?
Still in the cave.
Oh, we're still in the cave. Oh no. There we go. Okay. Once you guys load in. I would say you guys know where Barthen's Provision is. Maybe after talking to Barthen, you would know where all this other stuff is. But right now, you see Barthen's Provisions is the only labeled spot on this map currently.
So we're rocking up with both the carts, and Valen's a little drained, so someone who's a bit more talkative can take it from here.
Yeah, I'm not very charismatic. I don't think I should be the one to tell him that, or tell Barthen that we come in without our employer. I'll probably fumble this.
I could do it.
Okay. You're at the front of the shop. This is a pretty bog standard general store. Maybe a little more dilapidated just because it's out in the middle of nowhere. Entering inside, you see a woman working the counter, and she greets you guys. She goes, "Hey guys, how you doing?"
Hello. Are you Barthen?
I'm her grandkid, Barthona.
Right. Well, Barthona, we I don't know if we know, but we are supply carriers from Neverwinter. We have
Oh yeah,
the
you're Gundren's people.
yes, we've I believe established ahead of him. I don't think you've seen him, correct?
No, he's supposed to come in a couple days ago.
Yeah, we have some news. So it
Good news or
appears
bad
that it's news.
I
Adventuring.
glance at the stain of blood on my shoulder. I'm just like, is she? In my head, I'm like, how unaware is she?
So you see that since we've come faster than him, it would seem that goblins are to be responsible
Goblins?
for his loss of the caravan supplies. He seems to be captured by them, and we don't know if he is still alive, but we've confirmed at
Oh
least
my!
Stildar, I mean, from the initial supply run, is being held captive, but still alive. We're hoping to maybe, if you kind of point us in the right direction to go, maybe tell some more people and get them on this to possibly
Yeah,
help and support.
Do you have the supplies here?
Yes.
We have our supplies, of course. Yes, we're rocking up with them.
So, first off, I should pay you folks. You did do your job. The supplies are here, and she gives you out 10 gold as a party.
I'll just nod in thanks.
That's
And
10 gold apiece, or something we have to divvy up here?
That's 10 gold for the party, so you have to divvy it up.
Okay.
Okay.
And then she goes, "Well, it looks like your folks are pretty beat. So the Stonehill Inn, ran by Toblin Stonehill. That's where you get some sleep. If you need some healing," and she points over to the bloody shoulder. She goes, Sister Gladriel should help you there. She knows her way or two around a healing spell. And then you probably want to speak to Harbin Wester. He's the mayor of the town."
Thank you. That's very, very kind and helpful. The amount of men you think he could wrestle up for this type of thing? Do you know of his abilities at all?
Well, that aren't old, dead, or miners. Probably about 3.
Okay, and then maybe we can get the cleric to come along too.
Oh, she doesn't like to leave. She's a bit of a homebody.
Oh, well, that is unfortunate. We are going to try to rest here, though, for the night and recuperate and maybe strike out again. There was also some additional information as well, but I don't think you need to hear all of it. You know,
Can I
you
just
got
ask
enough bad
you?
news.
Can I just ask you? Do you know where Gunjan's brother is?
Gundra's brother.
Yes.
He has a brother?
Sorry, my mistake. I must have misheard.
Okay.
Just looking around the group like this is not just me, right? I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm a little crazy, but like there's something going on
Yes,
here.
there seems to be another issue at hand.
Yeah, so
You see,
can we just like leave so we don't have this discussion in front of her? But like I'd like to just check in with the party to be like, what do we think is happening here?
I don't think he was entirely honest with us.
Oh,
He was lying
that much
from
was
us
obvious,
from the
but
get-go.
he didn't even
Oh.
want to give us his brother's name, and now he doesn't have a brother?
Maybe he made it more figuratively, like a business partner.
Maybe.
does
But
Barthen and Gundred have a close relationship? You would say, Barthona?
Yeah, they're high school buddies.
Anyway, thank you for your gold here, even though we were a little out of our depth with that first goblin ambush. We'll go ahead and get out of your hair here.
Yeah, make sure to check out Toblin. He'll help you out with any housing needs you folks might need.
Yes, I think
that's
that
the
should
innkeeper,
probably be our
right?
That's
next.
the innkeeper.
next.
Toblin Stonehill.
Or should we go to the town master first?
I believe it'd be prudent to, before our rest, talk to the mayor.
I agree.
So let's
Have
go
some
talk to the
more
mayor
information
first.
for us.
I think we also need to tell him about the crit. I forget the exact pronunciation. The keep, right?
Cragmaw Castle.
Cragmar Castle. Yes.
All right. Entering the townmaster's hall, you see a big sort of a logo on top of it with a sword and a shield, and then some a wreath around it, and it says Phandelver Townmaster Hall.
All right.
Do we
I
see
think
anyone
we walk
around?
in.
Nobody outside.
Okay. So there's no guards or anything. It's
No.
probably a quiet town. All right.
Knock on the door.
Hello. Come in. Yes, come in, please.
Ah, wonderful hospitality. We've heard great things about you, but we have some very harrowing news. We came in with a caravan team of about 4 carts, and the first forward team seems to have been lost to ambushing goblins.
Oh, and your Gundrins people, please sit down, have yourselves some tea. And he pours you guys all tea and motions you to sit on a large leather couch.
I'm gonna sit down and just drink the tea and try to scan the room, look for anything unusual. It's like his office or like a sort of like area where he would welcome people.
More of like a sort of faux living room, like reception area.
Okay.
A lot of taxidermy animals around. This guy was probably a big hunter.
Okay.
Now we've identified the location of the first
Goblin
base.
Cave.
Yes, the
Oh.
Goblin Cave that seems to be off the beat of just north of the main road and trail.
Okay, that's good. And how did you all find that? I see there was some wounds there, some good fighting. I assume some
Yes.
goblin blood was spilt.
Quite. The
And-
reason we came about this is the goblin ambush that we received, where we were able to keep one of them for questioning. I believe my compatriots, although I didn't want to take part in it wholly, killed him. But we had got extracted enough information out of him.
Sometimes you gotta torture a goblin. Make an omelet.
I'm just sipping my
suppose,
tea.
And there was, sorry, I'm Valen, the group sneak, I suppose you could say. I did manage to get into the cave and
Oh,
confirm one of the prisoners is at least alive last time I saw, Stillbar, and one of their leaders mentioned that the other two had been taken to Cragmore Castle.
oh yeah, we've had some run-ins with the Cragmaw Castle crowd. We've been trying to track them, but you know, only do so good with old Eldermath. He's not the adventurer he once used to be.
This is
Who is that?
probably a long shot, but have you heard of someone or something called the Spider?
I can't say that I have.
So, Valen will kind of roll out the map if there's a table here. This is where we traveled up on. If you want to send some men, or at least warn the townsfolk not to go through this area, or find a detour, that would help until we found sufficient arms and men to clear this place out.
I will alert the townsfolk not to travel down the Tribord Trail, but I gotta let you know, I don't have any guards to spare. All we got are miners here. After Gundren ordered a mass miner group to come down here, that's all our money.
Sure. Well, if it's just us four going out to take out these goblins, maybe you could give us some support?
The best I can offer you is some of our guard supplies, and I can point you in the direction of Darren Eldermath. He's an old adventurer. He took up residence here, and he might be able to give you some tips, some tricks.
That would be very, very helpful. I think the miners you said before, miners are fairly strong, at least in my opinion, stronger than me.
They're not trained in combat, and I doubt they'd want to risk their lives for it. I won't ask them to anyway. But
Unfortunately, physical strength does not equal the grit to fight.
Also,
I mean,
you folks
it also
look
wouldn't
broke.
hurt to
You have no
ask.
money to pay him.
So just to clarify, did Gundren found Phandelver? Phandelin, sorry.
No, he didn't.
He just hired a bunch of people.
He hired a bunch of people to live here and start work here once he gets in and goes out with his brother.
Oh,
To,
so you've heard of his brother.
He told me he had a brother, Gundren.
But you've never met him?
No, I've never met him. He talked a lot about him, but I can.
you know his name, perhaps?
His name, Lundgren, maybe. I don't know.
We were also not given it a lot, and we met Barthen and their granddaughter, Barthona. They didn't know that he had a brother.
Oh, yeah. His brother doesn't hang around town too much, I guess. I haven't seen him. Haven't seen him at the bar. Haven't seen him at the Miners Exchange. He
Sure.
might be
So-
at the cave still camping out. Gunter told me he's one of those outdoorsy types.
So who's in charge when Gundren isn't around?
Of the mining operation or of the town?
Mining
Of the mining
operation.
operation. I'm assuming you're in charge of the town.
I
Is that
am in
not
charge
correct?
of the town. And the mining operation, I'm assuming the on-site foreman, probably Hayla Thornton. She's our resident miner exchange worker. And I'm assuming once things get on the field, it's the Gundren brothers.
Right. You said there was some supplies we could take from the guard stores to hopefully prepare ourselves for fighting a horde of goblins.
Yeah, I got some short bows, some arrows, some crossbows, some spears, some pickaxes, some war picks.
And where in the town might that be?
You probably want to go to the smithy. He's the one who stores all of our guards in
Cool.
arms.
And should you
Do
come
we
with
need
us,
some
or
sort
maybe
of
give us a
sort of
message?
a seal of approval or something?
That's a good idea. Here, give me a second. He goes back into a back room for a second.
Just telepathically going to be saying to Valen, I don't think this guy really knows what he's doing.
Me neither, but that's the best we've got.
I think this town just runs itself.
He then returns with a seal of his stamped on a piece of paper, and he goes, "That should get you anywhere you need to in the city, town."
Appreciate
Hamlet.
it.
The
Why don't you
current
take us?
purveyor. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nope, you first.
The current purveyor of the mining operation. You said her name was what?
Her name was Halia Thornton, and she's the owner, worker of the Phandelver Miners Exchange. So that's all.
And
the
I
miners station
assume-
the miners and all their equipment.
But I assume she's the one who focuses on paying people and things. Or
Yes.
is that Gundred?
No, she pays people for their the ore they mine, the equipment that they rent out, everything like that, and also a logbook of all the miners.
Hmm.
Okay.
And she's not in town at the moment.
No, she is. She's working.
Oh, where's the mining operation? Is it very close?
It's right there. That's the miners exchange. The actual operation, you don't know where it's at. Like the
Yeah, that's what I'm asking him. Is does he know where the actual mining operation is?
Oh no, he doesn't know. He knows it's
Oh,
nearby.
okay.
But he knows.
Yeah.
That's about as much as he knows.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you. Me and my compatriots are very thankful for your material support, and hopefully the veteran you mentioned will be able to assist us a bit.
Yeah, I hope so. Goblins, they took my eye. Believe it or not, they took my eye. They took it right out of my skull.
I'm
Oh,
just sipping my
goodness.
tea.
Dreadful.
That's quite the story. What exactly happened? Did you get captured?
I was ambushed with my wife. My first wife, they killed her. Then they took my eye out and started playing monkey in the middle with it.
Oh my God, barbaric!
just sipping my tea awkwardly.
I think that's like the second most dreadful thing I've heard of.
I think I've been as a result of any remaining guilt over killing that goblin.
I take out a straw and I just like audibly start sipping.
It was
Just
terrible.
kidding.
I'll never recover.
I'm very sorry. The first wife. Were you able to bury her?
Nope, they ate her.
Ah,
Goblins were
the
different back
humanity.
then. You got sissy goblins.
Well, sissy. Not sissy. That remains to be seen until we've defeated all of them.
True.
But thank you for your help. I think we should probably make our way over to either the Miners' Exchange or maybe the inn.
I
That
can
would-
promise you will show no mercy to the remaining goblins.
Good. I fucking hate goblins, to be honest with you.
Yeah, where's a good goblin slayer when you need one?
I think that's the veteran we're going to.
Hopefully.
Well, I'll see you folks out. You have a good one. I gotta go mourn my wife.
That
Pleasure to
happened
make your
recently.
He's still not over it.
It's a trauma
you
that'll
just-
Fair
last with
enough.
me forever. I've watched her get eaten in front of my eyes. It doesn't change.
Man
Life
goes
Well-
about his business, then we bring news of goblins attacking, it's going to bring up
Just-
memories.
Hand on the shoulder. Thank you for the tea. We'll get going.
My wife loved tea, and he starts tearing up a little bit out of his one eye.
Finish shipping
She did.
very audibly to tea. I put it down. I was like, have a good day.
See you, folks.
Just shuffle out.
Maybe come down to the tavern like this evening for a
Don't have to
drink.
tell me
But
twice.
just
Don't have to tell me twice. I'm there. If I'm not there, where am I?
Well, hopefully taking care of the town, but that remains to be seen. We'll go ahead. Go
All
ahead,
right,
leave.
have a good one. Have a good one. And it kind of shuffles you guys out. And I think that's where we'll end for today. It's pretty close to our time, so
All right.
we'll cut it.